Let's do it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. And we're back. We have a special guest kicking it with us on the roll up today. Darren Heitner, Gator grad, and also an advocate for the NIL. Darren, how's it going, my dude?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I can't complain at all, man. Another day, another dollar, right?
You said it.
All right, now you've been the face of this NIL thing, at least in social media world and in my world. What's your overall opinion on what's going on? We have some news break today, but before we get into that, what's your overall new opinion with the NIL so far?
I'll have to stick around. I can't wait to hear what that news is. But my overall opinion, look, we're 3 months in. This has been decades of college athletes being prohibited from enjoying the rights to their identity, their names, their images, their likenesses, literally what every other student can enjoy on college campuses, what you all can enjoy, what I can enjoy. For no reason it was taken away from them. So what's my reaction? It's been amazing. Through 3 months, we've seen small brands, big brands, donors, you name it, offering money, offering merchandise, offering all types of consideration to athletes in every state, at every school, male, female, no matter the sport. And you're seeing small money, you're seeing huge money, you're seeing six figures. Some athletes are purportedly making over seven figures already in 3 months. And it's beautiful because this is what a free market economy looks like. When people can actually take advantage of their notoriety, of their personalities, of the value that they bring to the table. This is what universities have benefited off of forever, off the backs of these athletes. So I'm thrilled that they now have these opportunities themselves to make some money.
Right. Now we had something today that you retweeted and was talking about on Twitter a little bit. Um, they're going through a process or legislation or a bill was brought up. I don't know the exact lingo of the the term for all this, but something where they're not the athletes won't be considered student athletes and will be considered
Hmm.
employees. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Absolutely. So it wasn't a bill. It has nothing to do with Congress on the state or federal level. It's the National Labor Relations Board, which is an administrative agency. And if you think back to 2015, you may remember there were Northwestern football players who organized and thought about unionizing. And in
Right.
fact, they made some accomplishments in order to try to unionize until it was appealed to the National Labor Relations Board, to the full panel at Washington, D.C., which decided to ultimately punt on this issue. So now, all of a sudden today, you had that same board, the NLRB, its general counsel, its top lawyer, a woman named Jennifer Abruzzo, who issued a 9-page memorandum basically saying she's taking the legal position that college athletes are employees under the National Labor Relations Act and that she will put herself involved in future investigations and litigation and even potentially pursue misclassification violations, basically putting the NCAA, putting the conferences, putting the schools on notice that this is her position. She's a very powerful person. You've already had the SEC respond publicly, the NCAA respond publicly, saying under no circumstances are these individuals employees. It's a big concern for the NCAA, for the conferences, for the schools, because if in fact these athletes are employees, now we're going beyond NIL.
Right.
Now we're talking about salaries and benefits, taxation obviously as well, but it strips a lot of rights away from the universities, and I think it's a big concern. Again, this isn't the board itself making a decision. It's not Congress, although there is a hearing tomorrow on Capitol Hill in the House of Representatives on NIL, and I have to believe this is going to be a subject that they talk about.
Who would it be like most detrimental for, the athletes or the universities themselves?
It's a really good question because there's positives and negatives for the athletes, but probably only negatives for the universities and the conferences. For the athletes, obviously, there's positives because they can now collectively bargain their time, how much time they spend practicing, performing. They can bargain for their wages. They'll actually be salaried employees who are earning regular paychecks. But at the same time, what's a detriment? Well, if you think about it, if they're employees, let's say they're at will employees, they can be fired at any point in time. So they'll be employees just like anyone else in an employee-employer relationship. For the universities, for the conferences, for the NCAA, I think they're number one concerned about losing some tax benefits that they've had based on this theory that there's amateurism and they're not employers. At the same time, now they have to pony up money. They have to actually be paying out of their own pockets to the players, whereas where we are currently in the status quo is with NIL, the schools lose nothing. In fact, I think there's an argument to be made that they can make more money under NIL because brands will be incentivized to not only associate with athletes, but also with the universities. So the schools and the conferences, the universities probably see no upside to this. The athletes may see some upside, but they need to also consider there could be some detriments.
It kind of feels like they're fire at will anyway, because like scholarships are already year-to-year basis, and we see kids get processed.
Yeah, I was thinking it's going to be probably pretty much the same playing field when it comes to that.
Right.
Yeah, again, I mean, I think whereas perhaps it's year to year with scholarships, if you're an employee, you can be terminated at any point in time. We see it all the time.
Right.
So, if you have a bad performance in a game, you could potentially be cut from the team. And what if you're using, in the status quo, let's say you're going to school and you're able to afford not only going to participate in athletics, but also for your academics, you're basing that off of your athletic scholarship. Well, now if you're cut from a team, you lose your salary, how are you going to afford going to school, perhaps? I mean, there are issues that come with this. But perhaps overall, it's a benefit for the athletes, especially if they can unionize and collectively bargain protections for themselves.
What would you say, like in your estimation, was her incentive to get involved in this? Because I don't understand quite exactly why she felt the need to kind of stick her nose in this particular business.
It's a great question and something I've been asking myself throughout the day since the memo was released. Why at the tail end of September, after 3 months of NIL? And perhaps the biggest reason is because it's taken some time to digest a really important decision that came down just before July 1 in NCAA v. Alston, which is a Supreme Court case, where there was a unanimous decision by the Supreme Court, ultimately deciding the NCAA is a cartel.
I'm sorry, Darren, you broke up a little bit. Can you repeat that? You're muted.
Yeah, you're muted now.
Lost him for a little bit there. It was just getting juicy. That was with a
was.
cliffhanger. You there, Darren?
You muted if you are. It says you here.
Oh no, was I muted?
Yeah, you were muted.
Yeah.
You were muted.
It glitched for a second.
Wait, hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
hear you
you're
fine.
good now.
Yep.
But you probably got
I
to take
can't
it
hear
back to
anything.
where
You can't
you
hear
can't
us?
hear us.
You know what? You hear me, but I can't hear you. The problem is I got a call right in the middle of doing this, and I guess it
okay,
put
that's
me
what
on
happened.
mute.
Go out and come back in.
Hold on.
Yeah, just go out and just hit the link again.
You say you can't hear us anyway.
Type it in there. I could text him as well.
All right, I can't hear you, so I guess I'll just reload. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he thought. Yeah, thanks. All right, cool. Harlan get the edit tonight.
It's all good. Do you remember where we stopped at? What did we ask him? You asked him about
We
the
just
chip.
got it. Yeah, what her incentive would be.
Right.
He just started answering it. Okay, cool. Got him back.
Man, I can't hear anything now.
Can you hear us now?
Nah, he say he can't hear us.
Damn.
Or no. We can still hear him.
Yeah, check your settings of your cam and mic. You got a little dial, like a settings dial. I don't know if you're on a headset or Bluetooth, because your headset, your ears,
He can't hear us. You probably got to call him.
Yeah, let me call him.
Yeah, because he's saying he can't hear us. No way.
I don't know why I keep talking. The man said he can't hear us.
Can't hear y'all. be honest with you, I just figured Darren was a black guy.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I thought he was the Virginia guy. He's still out. Can you
You
hear
hear
us?
us, Darren?
1 2 1 2.
He joined from his phone, right?
Pretty
I think
sure.
so.
Yeah, it says
We got
that
a phone call.
it says that if he closes his whatever app that he uses, like Safari or Google Chrome, if he closes the app and then re-clicks it, it should work. I don't know if you want to text him that or not, but
Tell him to do what?
so close the Safari or whatever he uses as his internet. Like, you know how you can close apps on your phone?
Yeah, tell him to close the app and then come reopen it. It should be okay.
Yeah, close the app and then click the link again. I don't know how you send it to him. You send it to him over text?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if he's got an iPhone, it probably open in Safari. Just close Safari and re-click the link.
Microphone check. I'm having a great fucking week, man. To be honest with you. I need this. How you doing? You might as well just keep it. Oh, here we go.
All right, there we go.
Got it?
Can you hear us?
Oh, I can't believe that. All it takes is someone to call me for that to happen.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Technology ain't as smooth as it should be in 2021.
Oh, terrible. And that stunk because I was going off too.
Damn.
Yeah, you was in the bag, man. Oh, we was asking you about what's the incentive for her to be?
Oh, yes, yeah. So I was asking myself that question throughout the day, to be honest, and because here we are at the end of September. Why all of a sudden, especially 3 months after NIL, and I got to thinking, well, if you look at that 9-page memo and you look at her basically categorizing it subject by subject, the very first thing she hits on is the monumental unanimous decision at the Supreme Court level just before July 1 in NCAA v. Alston. And if you remember that case, that decision essentially held that the NCAA is a cartel and colluded to repress athletes and subject them to unnecessary limits on what they could receive in academic, educational related benefits. But there was a really important concurring decision by Justice Kavanaugh where he basically questioned, should there be any restrictions from the NCAA? And said it doesn't necessarily have to be litigation that puts an end to these restrictions. It could actually come through legislation or collective bargaining. Those are the key words, collective bargaining, which is typically something that occurs in labor law through unions. I think what probably happened was this general counsel at the NLRB picked up on that, and sure, it took some time, but she decided to issue this memo. Most likely, the precursor to that and the impetus behind it was that monumental Supreme Court decision.
Nothing's uniform right now, so every school seems to have a different plan and different rules as far as what they're allowed to do in the NIL market. When do you think we'll get some uniformity in some sort?
I think today's memo from the general counsel at the NLRB actually makes it less likely that we'll receive uniformity anytime soon. If you look at what's happened state to state, very little politics have been involved. People on both sides of the aisle recognize these are rights that college athletes should have. They stayed focused on NIL and they passed their legislation over 25 states. But Congress at the federal level can't seem to do that. Why? Because politics have gotten involved. And now, I mean, you have a lot of different issues outside of NIL that sneak their way into this debate. And I guarantee you, it's already been a component of what's discussed. I guarantee you going forward, you'll have Democrats and Republicans arguing one way or the other. We need to either include language that says college athletes are deemed employees or include language that says they're expressly not employees. And it's just only going to further conflate the issue, making these individuals go further away from the topic at hand, that being uniformity with NIL, as you suggested. And my personal belief is it's just going to make it less and less likely that we'll see something passed on the national level anytime soon.
Who do you think's benefiting the most right now? Which athletic programs you think you're impressed with so far NIL wise?
Well, I got to give a shout out to University of Florida, obviously. I'm a bit biased, just a bit, having gone there for undergrad in law and teaching there and helping, obviously, helping with the Gator Collective a little bit. But yeah, look, I think you have an administration that is absolutely committed to exploring different opportunities, supporting anyone who wants to help benefit these athletes. And I think UF didn't necessarily get off to an early lead. I think Alabama absolutely, with some of the quotes from Nick Saban where he said Bryce Young was earning more than $1 million.
For a decade, Darren.
Yeah, I know. And people pick up on that and treat it as gospel, even though it wasn't true at the time. I think obviously Alabama's done a good job. Clemson, even though they're in a state which actually has quite a regressive law in place with very strong limitations, and I think we won't see them be as successful based on their play on the field, at least thus far. University of Miami, I'll give a shout out there. Look, you've seen a lot of attention early on. Again, I'm not quite sure how many people will be incentivized and how many brands will be incentivized to attach themselves to a program that looks to be in disarray. But at least leading up to the season, you had some big deals done with the quarterback king. You had my client American Top Team get involved with big offers. BYU's done an amazing job across the country in pulling in some big sponsorships for its athletes. So you can find pockets where some of the schools are doing an incredible job championing their athletes.
Do you see any potential hiccups? I mean, it's new money. It's a new thing for a lot of these young boys. And I think one of the questions a lot of people have is if they have their finances and taxes and all that stuff prepared. Do you see any potential hiccups coming next year that we're not prepared for?
I think you hit on a really important one that I hope athletes are getting prepared for. That's absolutely taxation of their revenues. They need to understand what tax brackets mean and where they think they're going to fall and be putting aside at least a chunk of the money that they're receiving so that when it comes time to pay taxes and do their tax returns, they're not scrambling and in a world of pain. I think financial advising is important too. Like, it's not just putting aside the money to pay your taxes, but making your money work for you. Making sure that you're not getting involved in risky investments, because look at the professional athlete landscape. They're very commonly getting pitched with different deal flow that may not be in their best interest. So don't just throw money to whomever, your people are saying is a good place to put it. Get reputable financial advisors on your side. Get good at lawyers. So it's the service providers that will really help. So I really hope we're not having that discussion, not even a full year from now, but around April, May of next year, where, some athletes, the bigger earners, haven't put aside money to pay off their taxes and find themselves in trouble. That would be the worst circumstance possible.
You being involved with UF more directly, do you guys have anything like in place for those guys as far as advising with that? Because I know a lot of these, especially football players, they never had a job,
Yep.
They've always been playing sports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do. And I think, I'll give a shout out to the state of Florida on this, because we're one of the few states that actually require this type of education, financial literacy, life skills workshops to athletes before their first and third years of enrollment. Not all states require that, especially states that don't have laws, obviously. The University of Florida has put together a speaker series. I had the opportunity to participate actually in their first session, which obviously was on the law. But they're going to have reputable people in finance, taxes, et cetera. And I think that's so important, because, you can't just throw these athletes in a position where all of a sudden they're making money and not give them all the tools necessary to protect themselves. They need to be shielded from exposure. So University of Florida is doing it, but I can't necessarily say that all schools are doing a good job of it. I don't know.
That's crucial, man, because I know 19-year-old me, I'm running off. There ain't gonna be no money set to the side. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, 29-year-old me would still run off.
Right, especially at 18, 19.
For real. That's a tough task and a tough responsibility. I'm pretty sure a lot of them got guidance or the resources to have that around them at the big universities, but it's up to them to use those resources.
That's
a lot of the what was that, Darren?
I was just saying that's for sure. I mean, you can only provide so much. Ultimately, it's up to the athletes to utilize the resources and tools that are provided to them.
Right. With a lot of these players stopping their senior years and ending their senior years early, do you foresee maybe the state of Florida or any other states loosening up their NIL rules to benefit the high school students? Because a lot of these guys are stopping their seasons to benefit from NIL opportunities.
I hope so. I actually had this conversation today with someone on Capitol Hill. Well, because they're obviously still trying to do something on the national level. And I urge them, if you're going to do something on the national level now, don't just stay focused on college athletes. Maybe try to involve high school athletes as well, because what's been created now is further disparity on the high school level. Whereas in a state like California, high school athletes can enjoy their NIL. A state like Florida, they absolutely cannot currently, based on the FHSAA's bylaws. So I sincerely hope that either we'll find these high school athletic associations across the country change their bylaws so as to allow these high schoolers the same opportunities as everyone else, or that you find states go the other way, unlike Texas, which has a law that explicitly bans high school athletes from enjoying these rights, maybe go the other way and grant these rights to the athletes. If in fact this is an issue, NIL, if it's taken up again in the legislature in Florida at the beginning of the next session in 2022, I would implore the lawmakers, include high school athletes within the legislation. They absolutely deserve these rights as well.
All right. I'm good, man. If y'all boys good. Y'all got any more, man? I appreciate your time, Darren.
Yeah, sorry about before.
All right, no problem,
man. Good, bro.
No problem, man.
Technology. It is.
You got it.
Appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, appreciate the time.
And tell the people where they can follow you at on all the social media platforms, Darren.
It's just my name. It's a little hard. DARREN. Last name's HEITNER. I try to stay as active as possible, mainly on Twitter.
That's what's up.
All right, Darren. I appreciate your time, my dude.
All right, thanks. Take care, guys.
For sure. I don't have this on the docket, but we're just gonna segue this into an NIL conversation. Why not? Because why the fuck not, right? What do you think? I think now, like just listening to him talk about it and him mention that that they view the NCAA as a cartel.
Yeah, that was. I noticed that word. I mean, it just solidifies what we've been saying for years. They ain't been doing nothing but pimping. Like that's it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it a little bit. A cartel is a group of independent market participants who collude with each other in order to improve their profits and dominate the market.
That's pretty much, that's literally the definition of NCAA. You put a damn picture next to it,
right? It's kind of it harkens back to what you spoke on. Probably I know at least a year ago, maybe more, that these people are just kind of in the way. And they're just using their position of power, and the world's just changing. We're in the middle of witnessing a lot of these old, ideals and these old constructs. They're starting to crumble down around us. So I think it's a good thing. I mean, a part of me being a bit of a traditionalist when it comes to like college football, I worry a little bit to just see what college football will eventually look like under this, under the new world order, basically. I worry about it somewhat, but at the same time, I look at the interests of these young men as way bigger than, me wanting to just have things the way they've been. It's almost like when you hear people say, oh, I can't believe it's the Washington football team. Right. I go, well, bro, the Redskins is offensive as fuck. I mean, I know you're used to it. Yeah, but just like really think about it. You'll
Right.
get used to it. I done already got used to the football team. I really wish they don't change it, but we'll see how that plays out too. But yeah, it's just it was interesting that they were called out like that from from a government agency.
Right. I think we're looking at it right now as like we're excited for the opportunities for these young boys to be able to make some money, take care of their families, right? So everybody's excited and they're enjoying the moment. And I get it. I'm enjoying the moment as well. It's exciting and exhilarating to see these boys make some bread. But I think a few years are gonna go by, maybe like 5. Everything gonna settle down a little bit, and we're gonna look back beyond right now. It's gonna be egregious to look back the history of college football and NCAA to like, why in the hell was these boys never be able to be like, why weren't they able to make money? It looks nuts. Not let alone you guys pay them to go abuse their bodies, but why weren't they allowed to make money off of just being them? It's gonna look crazy,
Right? It's but that's a lot of what happens just in America, right? Because these constructs are older than us, so everything that was already there, you just do, right? Like you just pay taxes. The average person don't know why.
Right.
They don't know what percentage go to what, and it's just what you do. And you go, well, wait, ain't the power in the people? And shouldn't we be asking? But the constructs have been there so long, man. You just
like
get in line.
You're trained to think that
no, they've been
football is
preaching
gonna
that.
be warped if we pay these kids.
They've been preaching that amateurism for so long, man,
right.
and it's been so-called brainwashing, so to speak. And that's why I feel like that's where the cycle, became to be what it is now. The amateurism, it takes, the love of the game, or that all that the BS they've been spewing to us. When, like I said, in fact, man, these cats, it's $1 billion industry off just solely off of these guys, off of their name. Simple as that. Like it's no other way around it. But they coded stuff to in the way people think with that amateurism. All about being about team, all about taking the whole love of the game out of that type of deal. That's where it got washed at, so to speak, in regards to the current landscape.
Indentured servitude, bro. That's what it is. Like that's what they've been selling us. So, you ever hear like people say, I don't like the pros because once they get there, they don't have the passion no more.
Right.
Like you just mad that man getting money.
Exactly.
Because
That's
at
exactly
the end of the day, if you're in the NFL, you work very damn hard to get there. And everybody knows it stands for not for long. So if you're going to remain, you got to continue to work hard. Because every year
if you want real money, you gotta continue to work hard.
Thank you. The
so
guys
that goes out the window.
Right, but that's always the argument, and that goes to that attitude that's been preached and been stamped into society to say, oh, well, they're getting this education now, that's enough. And
that's not enough. We look at the landscape of it.
No, it's been highway robbery.
Regular students get regular scholarships, and they're just bringing in, high GPA and stuff like that towards the school. These cats are bringing in real money towards the school. It should be more than just a regular scholarship.
For sure, Larry. We've been talking. We talked to a couple, and shout out to No Cap, man. That thing be doing what they do on Sundays. If you ain't listening to No Cap, you cheating yourself out of life. Yeah.
You tripping.
For sure, man. That was a real good show. But we talked about that, like these programs, like even Miami. I think all of our programs kind of like suffer from this a little bit, and a lot of like football programs. I don't think a lot of these programs want these boys to be the face of these programs these days. I think they're like leaning more towards education, especially Miami and UF more so than Florida State. Florida State, I think, still out there playing some old boy ball. They don't give a fuck about like they don't care.
None of that shit.
It's different in Tallahassee a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it a buck. But I do think like both of our programs struggle with the past history of egregious things going on campus doing championship runs, or sometimes not even championship runs with y'all, just some trouble.
And then the imagery just being longer lasting than the truth, because we still get called thugs.
Right. But here's my question.
Okay.
So with all that, we got that thought process already going on. It's almost like they can't stop these guys from being the face of these universities, especially if they getting money and then being powered in that aspect. So I think the universities are also nervous about that. Like these guys become millionaires The collective bargaining, it's a different leverage. It's a different, you can't control. It's a different control factor.
Right. You got a double-edged sword then, right? Because it's only going to be negative for the university if you end up with, you know, I wouldn't even say a problem child. It's when it becomes problem children. Once you get like a collective of, you know, a case here, case there, you know, and you're looking at, oh, you know, in this class we brought in, we had 7 guys arrested for this, that, and the other. And, you know, that could be an issue one way or the other. If you hate to see, and maybe this is something you kind of arguing into, and maybe
No, this is what I'm harkening to, because right now in college football, the superstar is the head coach.
Right. And
that's because of a money standpoint. First
right.
of all, you're rotating players so often, it's hard for one player to stay a superstar for so long. So they make the highest paid guys going to be the superstar. Like, that's who the face of college football is, really the head coaches. Those are the rock stars. That changes if these guys can become millionaires. Then like the face of that program, the face of these shit is not the coaches no more.
Yeah, well, you got to give something to get something. They have to give up some of that power. It's just the new world order. They're gonna get the shine from it too. It's just again, you have people fight everything that's just traditional. So they're just gonna have to understand at the end of the day, it's gonna be a money play, and they ain't never gonna turn away from the money. I promise you that.
Dog, we got NIL as a regular segment on this show every week. That just show you the importance of it, bro. We're gonna talk about this shit every week. We're gonna cover the deals, the news, whatever's coming down the NIL. We're gonna keep it on our radar and discuss it. So that's just important. It's business, bro. Business make this shit go. I also think that's a missed opportunity.
It's changing the landscape of the business too. That's the thing about it. It's changing the whole dynamic.
There's also some opportunities out there. I think out there too, man. I was just discussing with some business partners of mine. I think it's an opportunity out there for HBCUs to kind of boss up on something. If you want to be attractive to these young boys that are in these neighborhoods that are big time athletes, I think there's a way to partner with some brands and to gather some brands up to get some deals together to attract the talent that could change some things in HBCU. I think once it turns business, because obviously our universities are not proactive with trying to gather deals, right? I think there's an opportunity out there for HBCUs to get a little bit more proactive in the NIL market, gather some deals and lure some of the athletes they can't normally get. It's a lot of opportunities, a land of opportunity right now in all of this.
No, that makes a lot of sense too, because, you know, one of the bigger things that these kids deal with is like facilities, right? And opportunities. Once you go from like a smaller school to, you know, the major programs. But yeah, you're right. A different incentive. If I know I can get a different check over here, because football going to be football, right? And people make it from all over, every level of football, make it to the NFL. Because if you got that talent and you put that work,
somebody like Deion could put some brands together to attract some high end talent. Right. He could call his son got a Beats deal. He could call Nike. He can make calls to Gatorade. He can make certain things happen to pull some deals together to grab and attract the right type of players, man. Some shit can happen in this type of market. If your mind's open to it, like not the traditional way of recruiting, because that shit's changing.
Deion's the perfect guy for that too, to be honest.
Listen,
yeah, man, y'all quit saying Deion just for Deion. I mean, I don't like that narrative.
Well, I don't either.
He got to be for Deion.
Yeah, he's for him for sure, but he's for others in the process of being for
absolutely
me.
Right. We can.
If he ain't for him, I wouldn't trust him. Like he got to be for himself a little bit, or if not, like it gets weird.
Yeah, but you just say just for that's different because everybody. I tell people all the time,
everybody is out for self at some aspect.
Right. And we supposed to use each other. Just don't abuse each other. I should be able to exchange something to you. You gain, I gain, and we all gain. So yeah, Deion ain't just out there trying to get the next gig. He's invested in that program. I'm sure he'd like to move up, but he's invested in that program.
Larry, and where you at in the boombox gate though? You called him a liar about the boombox.
Oh, he's still lying about that boombox. But again, that was so he's in the news. We're talking about it's bad news. It's like, bro, you pick a different story to say, especially at the HBCU. Like, don't be like they around here stealing radio. Come on, dog. Like, what year is this? Who's stealing radio? And a boom. These kids don't even know what a boombox is.
My dog said he came back to the locker room and all his shit was gone.
Then the university said, "No, I want to know what Deion talking about."
Now that's cap.
Shout out
So
to Prime,
even in
man.
that, he kept their name out there. He's doing Subway commercials, Barstool. He always got the J on his hat.
Right.
And
that
just going
concludes
back
our.
to the
Go ahead.
Just going back to the names on the jersey thing, how he was bringing awareness to that. Like
For sure.
Every PA is good pub for HBCUs in general. Every time he speaks in front of a mic, it's good pub. So yeah, it's definitely he's out for himself, but he's out for others too, and he's trying to change the landscape of things moving forward with HBCU football.
Yeah, he got to roll. Everybody got to roll in this journey, man. And Deion playing his. We playing ours right now. That concludes the NIL talk, man.
Till next week.
All right, we go to the top of the show now, Harlan.
All right, hold that real quick. Let me take a leak.
Yeah, take a break, bro. It's
Yeah,
all good.
Boy, on all this coffee.
That was a
and
great
water.
conversation, by the way, fellas.
That was good. Yeah, I like it.
Definitely.
That shit was not on the docket.
Smoke, we got life coach.
I don't think we got shit. Everybody keep tagging me and Bruce Feldman shit. I'm blocked. They keep tagging me. I should probably take a break too, huh, Smoke? Smoke, you muted, bro.
Yeah, I don't see no life coaches in the DMs and the
Ain't nothing
RollUp.
in there. We gonna force it.
Hey, bruh, you was talking about the HBCU, dog. I'm reading Ross' book. I'm trying to finish it up. He was talking about them rap snacks.
Right.
Yeah,
It's business there, bro. Like
that's
I'm trying to work.
perfect.
I just got too many plays set, man. So I can't just be hogging the lane, dog.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of lanes and a lot of business to be done out there. And I don't think everybody's just looking at this NIL thing the way it really set up.
Yeah.
Everybody's just looking at it like it's just some college football shit. Nah, you can change the landscape of a lot of shit if you locked in and really know what this shit is.
That tax question, that's Dan had talked about that last year at a press conference. They asked him about it, and that was his point. If you're gonna pay them, then they got to pay their taxes. They got to be able to pay the taxes. They're gonna be an employee. Also, like them schools gonna have to pay reemployment tax on them kids. So now they probably don't want to have to do that.
Nah, it messes up a lot. You got to think about this shit though. Think about it. They're pretty much running an NFL organization without paying their players. That's a lot of money and a lot of billions of dollars they've been making for a lot of years, dog. Just like stacking up and racking up, man. Now that shit kind of comes to a screeching halt in the next couple of years. So of course they're gonna have some pushback.
Just gotta make a way, just like we finding a way to make money in the other ways. Y'all gotta start doing it.
This is what it is, man. Like it's highway robbery, man. It's just like when liquor was or like the weed industry and everything else that's just opening up. It's like it never made sense for that stuff to be so policed. So there's just more of that shit coming out. The Patreon's getting some extra shit. They really behind the scenes smoke.
Yeah.
It's like 5 of them looking live right now.
They getting some good shit, man. Speaking of that medical marijuana, I gotta you gotta listen to Digging in the Ashtray on Friday, bro. That's some crazy junk going on with that, bro.
Yeah,
some crazy junk, man. They try to hit a sting on them. It's crazy. On one of the doctors, but then they turned around and used gut. They said that the dudes that were investigators, they said they were military people, and so they gave the doctor fake documents. But the doctor was like, I signed off because my son was in the military, and I understand what y'all having to go through. And so now they countersuing and saying that you sued us. I mean, you came in with fake government documents, with army documents. So that's a federal offense right there. And you did all this, but the Department of Health was the ones who did it, who orchestrated the little investigation. So it's crazy, bro.
That's nuts. I'm definitely tuning in.
Yeah,
you be in a different realm of the world, dog. I be so out of loop with the news and shit sometimes.
You can't get too deep in it, so I had to take a step back from it.
I don't never know no news. I don't even know the weather. I walk outside like, ooh, shit, it's cold.
This fucking guy.
Grab my jacket.
I'm up here in Tallahassee, so you know the election coming up next year, so I was trying to prepare for that.
City capital, bro. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying, on your shit. It's hard not to be on your shit in the city capital. I'm in the state capital.
I don't want to vote no more.
I feel you on that shit. Man, they tell me vote or die next time. I'm just gonna die.
Yeah, I'll be like, whatever.
Burn like, oh, yeah.
I'll
I
take
don't
my
want to get in
chances.
politics, but
Yeah. All right, so we about
this
to go.
motherfucker buying his cheeks. Man, boy's buns, man.
Man, Biden chilling.
Damn, so chilling. Question if he alive at this point.
Yeah, all right.
That's
Clone
damn
his
sure
ass.
a double. No, I'm just playing. Let me start. Let's got a politics. Y'all ready to start? Let's go to the top of the show. Y'all ready?
Top of the show. All right.
3, 2, 1. New roll up, new vibes. Kicking it, man. Fresh Kentucky ass whooping. No, not Kentucky, Tennessee.
I'm about to say.
Speaking prophetic. Speaking prophetic. Larry, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. A little under the weather, but I'm all right. Nothing too major. A little sinus infection. So I apologize to the audience. My voice is off a little bit. I know y'all used to that soothing bass. It's a little raspy today.
You always compliment yourself. That's one thing.
Yeah. If I don't, who will? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Well, I mean, I only repeat what other people say.
That's a nice spin back because I was about to say the lady in your life should be the one complimenting you, not yourself.
Yeah.
But I fought a sinus infection last week, man. It was hell. It was like it didn't feel like my normal. I've been dealing with sinus issues since a kid.
Yeah,
but this one felt a little different.
Yeah. That's why I was like, nah, I can't go to work. My boss is like, you come to work with sinus infection the other time. I was like, motherfucker, I ain't coming this time. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, where you at today? I was like, home, sick. Same as I was yesterday. That's why I tweeted early this morning. I hate having a fucking job.
This ain't school, bro.
Yeah. Fuck out of here.
CJ, how you doing, my dude?
Oh, yeah, man. Life is good, bro. Can't complain, man. Taking everything
complain
day
about
by
Florida
day.
State a little bit. Don't say you can't complain because you can. Now.
See, man, and that's the thing. Like once you and I see people complaining about. Of course, you go complain about it, but that shit like will ruin your goddamn week, your day to day. So if you don't take a step back and enjoy the simple shit, like this my damn son Jaguar football team, like
right,
shit
right,
like that,
right.
It'll make you go insane. So with all the losing that's been going on the last couple of years, man, after Sunday, shit, I'm on a fresh new start.
Yeah, nothing make you appreciate life like a shit ass season.
What?
Like that
What's
crazy
crazy,
season,
I'm
boy. I
feeling on all
started
levels because I got my damn high school team. They're 0 for 5.
Oh my god!
Right, the college team I played for 0 for 4. And then you got FSU 0 for 4. So this shit's been crazy.
Hey, bro, you need some.
It might be you.
Yeah, it might be you.
The common link.
Right. Let it deal with the devil.
Yeah, right.
Need some sage in your life, my dude.
Right.
Yes,
I can't complain, man. We're in the middle of fall. We're approaching October. I can't complain at all. Larry, on 26 degrees. Get a shout out before we get into the bulk of the show and before we start getting grooving, man.
26, man. We ain't missing a beat so far. We dropped the show tonight. I heard it may be some technical difficulties. By the time y'all hear this, it'll definitely clear it up though. But yeah, man, me, Meezy, and X getting in every week, man. It's just a real fan perspective. Well, you got informed individuals as well. X is a beat writer, reporter, so he gets out there. He'll be on the field tomorrow as well. So you get his insight and perspective. Nice. Meezy is the most negative man I've ever heard. I like him. And pain, it's so much pain in his voice. I want to hear like some joy.
We gotta get him on No Cap on the Sundays. We gotta start involving like our podcast affiliates and whatnot.
Yeah, we'll get him in there. Yeah, y'all would love Meezy on there. He'll be a great one. Me, I try to balance it all out, man. Thanos of the crew. So yeah, check us out, man. We drop normally on every Friday, all your podcast platforms. This time we dropped it because we're playing on Thursday. So it dropped this evening, Wednesday evening. By the time y'all hearing this, it should definitely be up. Come fuck with us, man.
That's what's up. Harlan, man, step in here, bro. Step in, producer, super producer, Harlan. Hey, man, congrats on your nuptials, my dude. You was out for a little bit, getting married and whatnot. Man, how does it feel to be a married man, man?
It honestly don't feel much different. I dated her since high school, so.
Oh, shit, you one of them guys.
Yeah.
Like TJ. Y'all the same guy.
Don't compare me to TJ. I don't like
Almost.
What
You
year
might
in
be
high
worse
school?
than TJ, bro. You've been dating since high school. I'm surprised. Hey, them relationships
That's crazy.
rarely make it. So shout out to that, bro.
Yeah, you're definitely in the how can I put this? The abnormal, the rarity, the rare conversation, so to speak. What year in high school?
We started dating my junior year in high school, and then my junior year of college, I went to Valdosta State. We broke up for about a year and a half, 2 years, and got back together after college.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Oh, okay. So you had to live a little. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what you were saying, right? You just had to find yourself, so to
You
speak.
played the Donnell Jones for.
Yeah. Where I want to be. Your hair must have started getting thin. That's when you start. That's when you break down and go ahead and say, "Let me marry this lady." If I have to have a bald head approach out here in this game.
So
Bald head ain't for everybody.
I appreciate it.
How was the wedding, my dude? Honeymoon. Give us something, man.
It was good. Nobody tripped. My best man remembered
Nice.
the ring.
Yeah, sorry for the road, but where is the wedding at?
Thomasville, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, right up the road from Tally, about 20 minutes. Everything went good, though. I mean, there was no crazy wedding stuff that happened.
Yeah, you didn't even have a drunk.
I was kind of hoping something crazy would happen, but nothing really happened. It all went smooth. So
I had a drunkle and I had Kev at the time.
Oh man,
That was a wild wedding.
I'd have paid to see that shit.
That's a wild wedding. My mother-in-law still talking about Kev.
Hey, glad he got the help he needed.
Yeah,
I know
for
one
sure,
thing.
man.
I had the phone in my pocket for the weight game. It was going. I couldn't hear it, but it was in my pocket. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
So where'd you spend your honeymoon? What'd you do for the honeymoon?
I can't believe you tried to ruin your wedding like that.
Hey, you gotta decide to be happy in life.
Right.
That's one thing about life. So if you want to enjoy your wedding and you know your team is trash, you just gotta put it on, cut the notifications off and vibe. I threw my phone in the ocean.
We went to Charleston, South Carolina for my honeymoon.
Okay.
Pretty cool town, lots of good bars. We went and saw some old history stuff, and I let Florida State ruin my Saturday of a honeymoon too. I told myself, you know what? I ain't gonna let them get to me this Saturday. After the first half, I was like, see this? I turned to my wife. I was like, I ain't gonna let them get to me. We went to a bar, and they started trickling back, and I was like, oh, wait a second, they might, and then they pulled me right in and shot me right back out.
Got him. It was funny about that. You going to Charleston, right? I'm from Savannah. That's where I currently reside. That's our sister city, right? It's about 2 hours away. And I have never been to Charleston. And everybody goes, well, why don't you go to Charleston? Because y'all say it's just like Savannah. Fuck, I need to go for. I've never actually been to Charleston. But it sounds very familiar.
I heard they got that little safari thing. I don't know if y'all watched that Tiger King documentary. That they had Netflix going crazy when the pandemic first dropped.
You got a 2 coming up.
Yeah, I saw that. But yeah, one of those lion safaris up there in Charleston. I wanted
to the dude that they were saying like he had like the sex cult.
Yeah,
I ain't messing with the lion.
Nah, you ain't that crazy.
That ain't me.
Listen, I'll say I'm white. I ain't that white.
Right. Hey, Harlan, here comes some marriage advice, man. Happy husband, happy life as well.
Amen.
Going there with that mindset.
They're going with that mindset, dog. Not just happy wife, happy life, happy husband, happy life as well. Right.
You matter too, bro.
Right.
They better turn their shit around then.
Hey, he gonna get out here with his chest poked out. Hey, I got to be happy too. Where you get that horse shit from? I told you about messing with that damn show.
Right.
Leading you astray. All right, Harlan, man, we'll get to this Big 3 talk, man. Congrats again, dog.
Appreciate it.
Real quick before we get into Big 3 talk, man, I do want to give a shout out to and a rest in peace to Mike Robbins, Kev, who I used to do the roll up with before the change. Mike Robbins passed away this past week, man. So if you could, any condolences or love you can shoot towards the Robbins family and Kev and all of them, shoot that love that way. They also got a Patreon link that we've been retweeting and sending out this past week on the roll up. So any energy or any love y'all can send that way, please do, man. Just a dude that's been around Mike for a long time, man. That was some devastating news Just tough times, man. Just prayers out to the Robbins family, man.
Yeah, they still trying to reach the goal on the GoFundMe. So yeah, anything you got, man, that you could kind of toss that way. This was unexpected. He was a young man, so a lot of the stuff you're not prepared for. I know going through that similar situation with my nephew. When they're young like that, you don't envision all these things like that, having to put together a funeral and all the costs that it entails doing all that. So if you find it in your heart, man, you got a couple of dollars you can spare. Kev been a part of this family way before I was. And I know a lot of y'all are still real tight with him. So, any and all love will be appreciated. Condolences as well as financial love if you can.
Yeah, definitely. Just to kind of echo what you just said, Larry, when you at a young age, you don't kind of plan or foresee for that type of stuff. And, funerals do cost. So if you do, and you can, find it in your heart, you got a few dollars that you can spare, definitely shoot it towards Kev and family and also shoot the love too, man. It's a lot of tough times, but when you go through tough times like this, man, the things that matter the most is the people that reach out. So definitely try to show some love.
Already. All right, man, let's get to what the people want to hear, man. Some Big Three talk, man. One time for the great folks at Bennett Auto, our leading sponsor, title sponsor of the RollUp. Any Chevy you need, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Buick, be sure to visit the Bennett Group. 15 minutes north of the Jacksonville Airport. If you're in Jacksonville or you're in South Georgia, Daytona, anywhere in North Florida, hell, if you're in South Florida, Bennett Auto Group could do a hassle-free purchase experience over the phone. Just give them a call at 1-800-343-2730. Again, that's 1-800-343-2730. And Bennett Auto Group can work the entire day over the phone, hassle-free, and have that vehicle at your front door. Any Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Buick, Ram, all of that. They have certified used vehicles as well if you're in that market. That Bighorn Ram, if y'all boys in the big trucks, big whips, give them a call.
Big gas.
Big gas.
But if you could buy the truck, you can afford the gas.
Yeah, anybody buying the Bighorn ain't worrying about the big gas.
They ain't worrying about no gas, man.
They got plenty of petrol on their chest. What we getting into? We getting into some Gator talk? Y'all want me start it off? I can crank it up.
Yeah,
I got some notes over here.
We'll say the best for last.
Who? You?
Hey, man, we put a thumping on them people, man. 69-0.
I see you come back, bro, with this shit.
What I did wrong?
Let's get into my shit. We played Tennessee. We beat them folks to the tune of 38-14. They took the lead at some point in the game. I think it was like, 14-10 they took a lead of?
I think so. I was jumping up and down.
Quarter. Yeah, I think he was excited. He thought you had
something. Yes, sir. Oh, man.
Every time a team go up against my team, I envision you dancing in your living room.
I'll be doing my little jig. I'll be doing just because of you. I really don't give a shit outside of that. I'm just trying to make my Sundays better. That's all that is.
Looking forward to no cap. I know the vibes. Yeah. I'm glad that ain't working out for you though. So they had two plays they scored on. Two coverage busts, missed tackles. They gave up two explosive plays. Outside of that, second half, the defense didn't give up the score. So they gave up 14 in the first half on two explosive plays. Tennessee never drove the ball on us and scored a touchdown. Nonetheless, our defense is ranked towards the bottom of the SEC, with all that said. Not giving up a lot of points, but we're giving up a lot of real estate and a lot of explosive plays and just not like closing out on third down, the things that matter that could cost us when it's time to play for championships like the SEC or anything else in big games. Those type of mistakes come back and hunt us. But Emory Jones got player of the week in the SEC on offense, and Trey Dean got it on defense. Overall, good performance by both of those guys. Emory went 21 for 27, 209 yards, 2 TDs. I thought he was efficient, a little bit more accurate. I also think Dan Mullen's calling a better game around his talents. I'm not going to just say he's getting better. I think Dan Mullen's getting better as well. They're filling each other out a little bit. Pause. On the other side of the ball, Hooker went 13 for 23. We gave up 221 yards, 2 touchdowns. Total yards. What's up?
It was Hendon Hooker ended up being the QB.
Right. Milton came in the game and stunk to the high heavens. Yeah, he had some wide open guys. I was glad they brought him in because he was throwing that shit in the front row. And they had some guys running wide ass open. So shout out to that.
That's our neighbors in the north.
It is. Y'all
and
that was
with way
definitely
less excuses. With way less excuses.
Yeah,
they
they
got
should
big
have
bread.
any excuse, right?
I do like Hypo for them in the future. Like, I don't think he's the perfect coach, but I think he got that Dan Mullen in him to scheme shit and make shit happen. Considering how many people they lost in the offseason, I thought they would be way worse than they are right now. Because when the whole Pruitt thing went down, they lost a lot of players. A lot of transfers happened. It was a shit show for a little bit.
Some good talent at that.
Yeah.
Right, a lot of good talent went to Bama and a lot of like LSU went to some places. So they lost a lot of talent, but they're putting together a decent product on the field, considering what they lost. So I like Hypo in the long run for Tennessee. I don't think nobody coming to poach him, and Tennessee got money to match. Outside of that Tennessee game, I'm trying to think. Elam sat out. I thought my corners did okay with Elam out. Okay.
What was the story with that?
He could have played if we needed him. Dan Mullen just doing his shit. I think he's playing the war of attrition right now. He wants to be healthy as he can towards the end of the season. So if he sees these moments, it's great. It's great when you can rest your star players against rivals like Tennessee.
Yeah. Did you pick up anything about his particular disposition? Did he appear disgruntled or anything?
No, I think he's fine. I don't know, bro. Competitors want to compete. So I can't say I haven't spoke to him about or anybody around him about what he's feeling about sitting, but if we lose, we probably get that opinion, right? Like last year we lost LSU, and then we got Kyle Pitt's opinion about sitting. He was like, "Yo, I was healthy, bro. I wanted to play."
Yeah, and seeing that's the thing. I can see it both ways because I think some of these kids, again, they see the big money picture. He hearing all the buzz about him being the number one CB, coming out in the draft. So I could see him wanting to preserve himself as well. That's why I asked, just to kind of get a finger on the pulse of that particular situation.
Right. Great rushing day. Overall, we went for 505 total yards. We ran for 283, threw for 222. Right now, we're third in the country in rushing. We're only behind the military academies, people that's running wing T and shit like that. I expect that shit to go up. Going into the Kentucky game, Dan Mullen had his presser today. He came out and said that AR, Anthony Richardson, the backup quarterback, is 100% healthy and expecting to play this week. Surprise.
Kentucky bringing them boys out. They're bringing 6 players back on the
Shout out to Kentucky. We talked about that shit on this show, right?
Absolutely.
So we sat down, we brought up the Kentucky players. We're going to segue into the Kentucky conversation because we beat the shit out of Tennessee. I do got some things I want to work on. Kind of discuss that on Stage Miguel. I'm trying to think right now. Should I talk about that before I go into Kentucky? What I want to work on? I think the run game is efficient. I think the run game is very good. I think my old line is playing better than I thought. Shout out to Heresy.
Must be nice.
Them boys got graded out as the best offensive line in the SEC right now. The 3-star whisperer. You gotta give him his credit, Larry.
I wasn't never firing him. I ain't never.
He's a 0-star whisperer.
You know why I know his name? You. I didn't know that dude's name. You've been trying to fire his ass. Yeah. Like I say, because I when I listen to Stadium Miguel, you've been trying to get rid of this guy for a minute. But I give you this credit too. When as he's been changing things around, you've been singing his praises. So
I'm a fair, bro.
Yeah, I like to be that way myself. I tell people all the time, make me eat my words. I love for you to make me say, hey, I was wrong.
The thing about it, your take at that time is not a bad take. It's accurate.
Right.
It's about recruiting, right?
Well, it was recruiting in the production of last year.
Yeah.
Like last year, we was great in pass pro, but we couldn't run a run block for shit. We had some guys that was just whiffing and was terrible, like Gene DeLance. Shout out to Gene DeLance. He just got a lot better. But I'm gonna call it as I see it at the moment. If it changes, I'm gonna call it as I see at the moment.
That's crazy. That's a complete 180, bro. Because I remember, that's right. You pointed out a real good point. Y'all couldn't run for shit last year.
Nah.
And to run it and to do it against, Alabama's front, like we understand FAU and South Florida, but then you turn around and do it against Bama and do the same thing against another SEC opponent in Tennessee. That's pretty impressive.
Because DeLance was another name I only knew because of y'all, because unfortunately I'm in the ACC, so that's usually the games I'm watching, unless it's just a great SEC game on. I'm forced to watch really shitty football just because I'm trying to see who our opponents are.
Right. So let's get into it. We talked about these 6 Kentucky players that will supposedly went into a party. Things got a little strange. We don't know the exact details, but apparently those players came uninvited, asked to get kicked out. Some burglary charges go down. These players get arrested. They're facing charges. And it was not in the news. So we brought up on the roll-up thing like, yo, nobody's talking about this. I think it's a fairly big case. 6 SEC players arrested for burglary and all type of nonsense at a college party. You would think that would be like top news.
And they were still sitting at the time, weren't they?
What was that?
Weren't they still sitting at the time?
Yeah,
They just came back. Yeah, they just came back.
So Kentucky had them suspended from the team. They were facing charges, going to court, and we were just kind of monitoring and wondering why no national news outlet had picked it up. So this week, of course, Kentucky Super Bowl. It's the week of Kentucky Super Bowl. They're playing University of Florida, right? Lo and behold, these 6 guys can all of a sudden perform. They return to practice and charges will drop. Opinions, fellas. Opinions before I get into my shit.
No, just like you said, it's the Florida Super Bowl. I mean, you know, they typically put all their eggs in one basket whenever they play Florida. God dang it, what's my coach, man? Sorry, Mike Stoops. He's he typically tries to play Florida pretty tough and try to get that win against Florida. So it's no surprise that they're pulling out all the stops and those charges, miraculously, vanished away, and those guys are good to go. Just shows that Kentucky's dedicated, man, not just in basketball.
See, what was bigger than that for me is that I was lost as to, when we first talked about the story, was how did this go under the radar, right? And then it seemed like the support they should have been getting from the get-go. Because remember, one of the parts of the story was they were seeking money for legal aid.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the reasons it was a story. So it's amazing to me that the story goes that way. These guys can't even afford legal, counsel, proper legal counsel. And then the next thing you know, it's dropped. Florida or no Florida. And I feel like it's got to be something deeper here. And I wish, I think one day we'll be able to get the story from these kids. Because for one, all right, they weren't invited, so they said burglary. This is a frat party, right? The door ain't closed in the frat anyway. When the party's going on, it's wide open front to back. I don't walk through the campuses. I've seen it when, these games are going on.
For sure.
So it's like, why wasn't it trespassing instead of burglary? That was one of the things that stood out to me immediately.
What was taken?
Right, exactly. What is being burgled? You have to break, you have to do something. So I'm like, nothing about this story has made a lot of sense except in them getting back to playing. That makes a lot of sense.
It wasn't some word that there was some racial words that was thrown around that made
right.
Yeah, they said who invited the bleep.
Yeah,
out here basically, and that's how it all kicked off. I'm inclined to believe that happened, right? So then the fight ensues. I don't know why you would say that to football players at an SEC program.
You're not winning that fight most likely.
They're more than likely no.
Unless you're Dak in Panama City.
Right, and then next thing you know,
right.
Cops are
That
called.
Got
right?
his ass whooped, though. I don't know, like that guy.
Yeah, shout out to Dak, man, because that's like one of the biggest redemption stories ever, man.
Yeah, but Dak, see, I shoot Dak a little bit of
forget he got his ass whooped in Pensacola.
Ooh,
I'm shoot.
And those cats were number like 5'8", 5'7", 100.
They was tiny like the Migos.
Right.
Well, I'm shooting Dak. Yeah, I'm about to say first off, he got jumped, and I think he was like full of that oil, man.
Oh yeah, he was.
When you like that, it don't take but a tap on the forehead. To be honest with you,
no, you just can't be running to the right Florida Jets talking that crazy shit out of town, bro.
You in the Starkville right now?
No, not at all.
It is what it is. But yeah, ultimately, I feel like this is some sort of cover up. And I think it feels like it was negotiated. Like, all right, we'll let this slide, and y'all boys just go play football.
Yeah, because they probably got that lawyer, and that shit started to look a little funny on the other end, and probably some financial, I guess, legal charges on the other end in regards to the way the situation was handled. So yeah, you're probably right in regards to them just backing off and saying, nah, we'll just drop everything, y'all boys just go play football, because it was going to probably turn out ugly for the other side.
Yeah, at least potentially. So, what's your take, Sip?
Yeah, it's just my take. This is like it's all business too, but they don't really give a shit about these kids. The charges being dropped just because they play in Florida. They feel like they got potential to do some good things in the SEC. They got a shot at the East, and they damn sure need all their players available for this game for sure. So I just think that's what it is. I don't want to get too deep into it. If it's me per se, like I'm just concerned from a standpoint, because we mentioned earlier in a previous show. Why did the school let it get to that point? It's a fraternity on campus, the players. Like, why did they go to that point where 6 guys are being charged with burglary? Like, how did they get to that point? That's outside of that, they still got to see us. I think it's a packed stadium in Kentucky. I'll get to the breakdown of that game. Right now, I think we favor with 8.5. You can correct me on that, Smoke. I think it's like at 8.5, or Harlan, one of y'all. I think we're at 8.5 on the road. Kentucky usually give us a hard time, especially on the road. We've been escaping. Stoops got us 1 year, Dan Mullen's first year. Last couple of years, we escaped by the skin of our teeth. I expect a competitive game. Stoops is a schemer. He does his things well. I think they have a good staff. They have a veteran squad, a lot of senior players on that team. That's a program. Most of those guys ain't going pro early. You get a lot of 5th-year sophomores and shit on teams like this. They like to run a lot of. What was that?
A lot of buy-in.
Yeah, a lot of buy-in. Yeah, they there for a long haul. Ain't nobody transferring because they ain't playing as a freshman. Ain't no shit like that going on. They there for the long haul. They run a lot of 11 and 12 personnel schemes. I like that personnel for us, especially with my defense, what we set up. Not mad at that. They do scheme guys open. They're X and O type program. They have some okay athletes. Not bad at all. I think Wandale Robinson is one of the best receivers in college football. Slot guy. He has like 402 yards right now, 2 TDs. That's a guy that don't worry about at the slot, because our star position is a spot that we struggle at with covering guys. So if they best players playing out of the slot, or their best weapons playing out of the slot, I'm a little nervous about my starting linebacker position. Just keeping the buck. I think that's a guy that's going to get some production. He's going to be productive against us. I don't know if it's going to be enough to beat us, but I think he'll be productive just from the shit we put out at Star and the position and the type of production they put out from him. The quarterback could give us the ball, though. I'll tell you that. He's turnover happy. He has 5 picks on the season. So a lot of opportunities, I think. Our pass rush should be healthy. I think we should be able to get out the passer, affect the passer a lot, and be able to get some turnovers out of this guy. We haven't been that great on the turnover margin. I think we could get a little better. What do you guys think about turnovers? Like, because we're affecting the passer. A little bit of his luck, but also it's also been like we're able to like create some of your luck. So what's your opinion on lack of turnovers and when you're having like a decent year getting after the passer and being disruptive, but you're not getting turnovers?
I think it's just the turnovers kind of fall on the style of play the defensive coordinator wants to play, whether you're an aggressive defensive coordinator, attacking defensive coordinator, or if you're just a defensive coordinator that likes to keep things in front of you and make those type of plays and don't like to get really, how can I put this, negative yardage or explosive defensive plays. Just do enough to, 4th and short and to get them to punt, that type of deal. So it definitely boils on the style of play that the defensive coordinator is. And also, like you said, luck, because you go back to Miami's 2017 year. Most of that stuff is just being in the right place in the right time, and just that type of luck. So when you have a crazy turnover year like that, I think it's more so style and luck. But the majority for turnovers, I feel like it's just style of the defense. When you have those crazy years, you have to have a little bit of luck bounce your way also.
Yeah, it's an attitude thing. Guys got to make the plays too. When opportunities are presented, you have to have, everybody sees, like, every game that a quarterback probably throws 2 picks that don't get picked off.
Right.
That's
a lot.
Right. I mean, but a lot.
2 picks that don't get picked off is a lot.
But DBs, a lot of them play DB because they can't catch. So,
or it could be back,
let's say at least
passes,
one.
tip passes, that type of deal too.
Right. Yeah, you have those as well, and they still don't catch them. So I think there's something to be said about just playmakers. I do think there's, because we were actually discussing that on 26 Degrees about, I feel like there's a little bit of lack of playmaking in the secondary.
Yeah, that it involves that too. When you got a guy like Ed Reed or Sean Taylor or Terrell Buckley or Reggie Nelson, right?
Yeah, they make the play. Yeah. That tip pass now is an interception because they are going to get that ball. So it does say something about some of your personnel as well. I'm definitely disappointed in the turnover margin for us so far. So yeah, I do think it has a lot to do with, you got to have the guys that are going to go get it. And it does depend on what your coordinator like. But we try to play aggressive. We try to play pretty risky. So I know that's just been a lack of plays that should have been made. And I've seen some of it. So they go hand in hand.
Right. Veteran offensive line group. There, I'm finished talking about. I think it's a little bit of both, like y'all said. Like playmaking ability that matter. I don't think we have a lot of playmakers or guys that want to get like ball hawks. I think we got some hitters and some aggressive guys that can break up some passes, but I don't think we have ball hawks snatch the ball out of the air like that at our safety group. But I also think that our defensive coordinator put our defensive backs in terrible positions to make plays. They feel like they're just chasing shit and just in an awkward position where they can't cover guys they're supposed to be covering, especially at that star position or in our safety group sometimes. It just seems like they're out of position or put in awkward situations that don't make sense. Like I've seen some clips of some, the Twitter film breakdowners. Film breaker downers.
Some of them guys good though.
They are good, but I've seen some angles of our star and our linebackers chasing some guys and out of position or attempting to show a blitz and then having to guard a tight end in the slide and they're chasing them out of position. It's just like, why was he even attempting to fake a blitz on that lineup? Like it's just a lot of like scheme wise, but shit don't make sense. So this is a combination of both in my opinion.
Yeah, so I think it's probably scheme, luck, and just the player itself in regards to the playmakers. Those would be the top three for sure when it comes to turnovers.
Right. Yeah, they got a veteran offensive line group. Probably the strength of their team. They should be able to run the ball decent. Passing game, I don't think they'll be able to be too balanced. If we can force them into third and longs, they in trouble. Keep the crowd out of the game. I want us to get an early lead to just to kind of demolish their because we get a lead and we play with a lead with a run game that we got, like we control shit. We can put a team away and just pretty much just take their ego away. You want to take a team's manhood, get the lead, and just run down their throat and play defense. That's how you take a team's manhood and make them cry.
Yeah.
And shout out to my man Coach 30, make them pitch down their leg a little bit. Coach 30 is the best, dog. He's the next Desi, the next Drewski. That dude's next level with that.
Man,
with
bro
skits,
told
bro.
He had a Texas A&M one day, and the guy had missed the tackle or whatnot, and he had he was arguing with the player or whatever. What did he say? He told told the player, between me and you, the only person that goes down that easy. Excuse me. He said, between me and you, only one person goes down that easy. And she's not on the schedule.
No, he's an animal.
I see.
Man said she's not on the schedule.
I'm definitely checking that as soon as we get off here.
I put my boy on to him today. He was cackling, bro. We went.
That's so funny because if you've been like these film breakdowns as a player, that's exactly how it be, man. It's hilarious.
The one they did the recruiting shit where dog came, he's like talking about his mama wig and shit. Had me cackling, bro.
Yeah, shout out to homie, man. He does a great job with all that. The real quick, I want to go back just a little bit on the Kentucky players because Harlan asked if the guys were with the team. I read an article real quick while we're on here. They haven't been with the team, so they're probably not gonna make a huge impact. But there's still some bodies back on the field, and and this kind of makes me believe more like a deal was cut. I forgot in the original story. 3 players went. They was like, who invited the bleeps here? They leave. They come back. It's 6 of them now. Allegedly, there was a pistol. And then, so I almost feel like we had a trade-off. It's like, all right, we'll forget the pistol. You forget the N-word. Y'all go play football. Like I really feel like that's what happened.
Crazy negotiation.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hell of a negotiation, but real quick, I read that real fast.
So same thing on the defense. You know, they're gonna be a veteran team. I do think that if those guys, they are back this week. So I was in some Gator group chat and I was saying the same thing. Like these guys been away from football. What's the acclimation period? Like, are these guys gonna be able to really just help this program this weekend? And if they just fling them out there, I don't think they are. I think they put in a position.
Maybe spell a play or two here and there, you know.
Right.
Special teams, stuff like that, because they're not going to be ready to just involve themselves. I can't wait for y'all to see the video of this, because CJ is tripping me out. Bro, CJ is like the dude at Holy Moly's Donut Shop. Like,
nah, man, so I'm in the garage, right? And I had I left the garage up a little bit to get some air in this motherfucker. But when at 7, y'all in the South, man, after 7:30, after 7:30, bro, like you got to go in the damn house and close shit down, man. So I closed the damn garage. I got mosquitoes all over my damn.
Oh yeah.
I let the damn garage up for 10 minutes, and it's like 5 of these motherfuckers in here trying to get at me.
Wait, y'all see the video? You just go.
So I think I killed them all just then. You feel me? I think I'm good.
y'all gonna hear some smacks in the audio that's him getting them off his leg. Y'all gotta see this shit, man.
Yeah,
sign
up
for
clapping.
the Patreon.
You're not clapping at all.
This is a visual you definitely want to take in, man. I've been having to hold that shit in like so much during this show.
Yeah, it's like a Florida man embodied, man. Battling mosquitoes.
Yeah, it's like that here too, man. This is hot and muggy down here in Savannah. So the bugs.
Yeah, fall ain't really falling right now.
Not yet.
Shit ain't really falling. Veteran running back Christopher Rodriguez. I think he's a big running back that, you know, he's decent. He's good. Not bad. Good running back. We got to come to play some football. This ain't no SEC. Kentucky ain't what it was when I was a kid. We come to score 70 and get up out of there on a stat week. DeAndre Square is a linebacker that I like in the SEC. Veteran linebacker, has some range. He can get sideline to sideline. Not that great in pass coverage, but in the run game, that's our strength. I think he's pretty solid in the run game. All that said, I think we come in with Anthony Richardson, dual quarterback system this week. I think Dan Mullen's been shoving some plays and some things for Kentucky and Georgia. Those are really tough games to win the East and to get to Atlanta. I think he pulled out of his bag a little bit and get into his scheme and Daniel shit. I think we cover more than that 8.5 and get up out of there. If I had to say a player of the game on offense, I go Naquan. I think Naquan, we lean on them people a little bit this week. And the way he been running that ball, he looking crazy last week. I think he's still I thought that coming into this season that he was our best back. Malik came out looking real good week 1, week 2, and also against Bama. He just looked real good, but Naquan looking like that guy. So I like Naquan for offensive MVP. Defensive line is what gonna really get us to that next level on defense on a away game. We gotta affect the passer. We gotta get out there. And Brenton Cox is getting in his bag. Kentucky can run on the perimeters, but they can't run between the tackles. So I like us to be able to do some things on the edge. I think Brenton Cox can have to set the edge. He's a good pass rusher, but he can't get into his habits of just running up the field trying to get out to the passer, because they can run on the edge, but they cannot run inside. I ain't gonna say they can't, but their strength is running outside. And I think our strength is total D-line. We're good, but if they want to run on us, it will be some opportunities to try to attack those linebackers. Another thing that I think should be Kentucky's game. If I'm Kentucky, I go into this game trying to use the running backs in the passing game, or trying to just get one-on-one matchups with our linebackers. I think that's one of our weaknesses. So if I was the OC, that would be my game plan. So that's another thing to look out for is our linebacker play. I think Mohamed Diabate got to come play some football, and also the rest of the crew. But I think we covered 8.5, and we're fine. Get out of Kentucky. Live to see another day. College football is wild right now. You just got to get a win, get up out of there.
Man.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit.
What are they ranked right now? Just curious.
Are they ranked? Is Kentucky
No, I don't
ranked?
think they're ranked.
Oh, they aren't. Oh, okay.
They just struggled with South Carolina last week. I think it was 16-10.
Okay.
South Carolina's a terrible football team.
Yeah, but they're always going to play against Florida, especially under Stoops.
Yeah, I think they shoving some plays too. I think they're gonna get into their bag. I think everybody's kept it somewhat vanilla. That then they knew, regardless of the score with South Carolina, they didn't have to get deep in their bag to beat a terrible team. So I think they kept it somewhat vanilla. But all I need is them to be just as given as they've been to everybody else with all them turnovers, and we'll be fine.
Real quick, Stoops was a name I heard circulating for us. You know, if Manny would have get fired,
that would be a great fucking hire, man. That'd be a great
Stoops
fucking
would
hire.
be.
Yeah, Stoops is not a splash hire on paper, but he's like that Dan Mullen type hire. Stability, for sure. Program, organization, competent, good, could hire, could recruit, could evaluate. Even if he don't recruit to the best of the ability, he can evaluate talent. I don't know if you realize, but
Kentucky get a lot of cats committed early. They end up going elsewhere.
Right.
Yeah, they can't keep them.
So a lot of programs use Kentucky just for evaluating. Like, you'll show us who good, we'll come poach y'all shit. So great evaluations. He can put together a program real good. I'm pretty sure y'all hire like Luke or somebody though. Don't worry about it.
He would be a better defensive mind than what you guys have at Manny now. He was our defensive coordinator for a while. And of course, just the family ties, man. I think Stoops would be a home run. How he has on South Florida ties to it during his time at FSU. So I think Stoops would be a good hire. He wouldn't be that sexy hire like Silk just said, but he'll be just what Miami would need, so to speak.
He was the only. I only brought it up real quick because we talking about them. He was the only P5 realistic hire I can imagine. That's the only reason I brought it up. Everybody else, Chris Ball is a pipe dream. But I was like, Stoops might go for that. You know,
I think Kentucky got that bag though. Like, y'all gotta realize, like, they got that bag, and they feeling themselves a little bit in the football market. They think they're getting better. They already spent a ton of money in basketball. So I would like that hire potentially, but I think you'll get some pushback. Yeah, you'll get some pushback from Kentucky. They got a bag.
Well, I mean, again, that's going to be on Miami to decide they want to, open up the purse a little bit.
I'm gonna ask CJ this: is that an upgrade of a job? Do you leave Kentucky to go to Miami?
See, that's a good question. As far as like infrastructure wise, I don't think it would be an upgrade. But as far as like just the athletes you can bring in and the talent you can feel, and also. He has no matter how good Kentucky can get, they're not going to be on the Florida and Georgia landscape in regards to competing for the East. But if you go to Miami, it's enough. He can get enough push in regards to competing for the Coastal and going to the ACC championship on an annual basis. So I guess it just depends on which route you look at it as. Because like from a pure infrastructure standpoint and booster support and all that type of deal, it's going to be Kentucky without question. But as far as potential wise, it could be Miami.
If I'm Marcus Stoops and I watch ESPN, ain't no way, Larry. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna lead Kentucky. Well, these people kind of like football and sports. Go to Miami, where everybody's saying they don't give a shit about football.
Yeah. It was a list that was just put out, and I forget exactly who put it out, but I was trying to find it real quick. It was the best destination jobs. And we were just outside of, I think they did 10 or 12, and they had Miami at like 11 or 12, something like that. So even with some of the challenges, I know Florida was like number 4. It was. I wish I could find that. If I do, I'll bring it back up when we get into.
Yeah, look for that. If one of y'all guys could find that, that'd be. I didn't see that article, but I think that's a good conversation. You think they had Miami again?
Like 11, 12-ish. Because I mean, the one thing we do have is the brand. It is, the logo still.
Brand and location is A1.
Right. So we obviously.
I think we got to start changing that to where I think like administrative and booster support.
Yeah,
is like
top tier right now.
Top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier. That's what make Bama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they included it. If you guys see if y'all can find that, man, while we on here.
Y'all shouldn't be in the top 50 then.
I mean, hey, I didn't make the list, bro. Just because I even said y'all was higher. Listen, this was I even said y'all was higher, way higher. And you just
got shit on y'all.
I know, but it ain't all.
Where Florida State at? Just curious.
They wasn't on there.
That's wild.
I don't know. I really don't remember the entire list.
FSU
15 is FSU.
15.
Okay. All right. So yeah,
I can agree with that, but 11 for Miami, that's kind of high.
I think.
Oh, you
was
was 14. You said you was 14.
Yeah, I say I'm not sure. Okay, it was 247. Okay, cool. And where did they have UF? Because a couple of people put these lists together. So because when I just looked it up, it wasn't a 247 list that I saw. But it's still, you get the right people there, it could work out. And UF is 6. Okay, yeah. I think that's all pretty fair. Oh, and the only
that's nothing too egregious.
No.
The only other again, a reach, I could kind of see Lane only because he still got that house down there. He still got that house in Boca, so he's still in love.
The time was a couple years ago, even though y'all were,
yeah. I think we missed the window.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He didn't prove some at Ole Miss a little bit, and Ole Miss got a bag in itself. And with him proving something, he's like the premier name right now for any kind of coach. Yeah.
He loves South Florida though.
I know we gotta finish Big Three talk. Do you think USC double back? What's up?
When they fired that boy, remember they fired him before he even got on the damn team bus. He had to find his own damn ride back to the damn facility and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think them bridges definitely.
Yeah, I think that's just
And another thing, I think Kiffin got into the game young as far as a head coach. It was like 11 years ago. I mean, like 13. I saw it was 13 years ago or something. When he was the Raiders head coach, which is nuts. Right. So I think he definitely Kiffin he still has a lot to learn, but back then he was a different type of kid, a different type of animal. I think he learned a lot from past mistakes, and I think he's ready for that big time job right now.
I also think he wants to compete with Nick Saban, man. That matchup's coming up real soon, man. I'm excited to see that, man. I gotta get rich enough where I just go to the top games every week. That's what I need in my life.
Sorry for the derailment, fellas.
No, it's all good. Who's next, man? Let's do the score predictions for the UF game. I'm gonna go. I'm still in that 30-something bag, so I think on Stadium Miguel, I predicted it 31-17. I'm gonna go with that same score. I think we could get more than 31, but Dan like just put teams away and just run the clock out. So I'm gonna go 31-17.
I'm gonna go 30-21. 30-21. Little tough in Lexington at night.
I like UF 31-24. I think Kentucky gonna give them a hell of a fight for a while. I think it's gonna end up being one of the better games this week. Honestly, I think it's gonna be one of the better ones that actually just get engaged in it.
It possibly would have, but AR helped it also. I think
that's what's different.
You gonna show out?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go ahead and let his nuts hang a little bit.
He was healthy and he ain't played before, so we'll see.
Yeah, that boy definitely different.
But Dan came out and said he's 100% healthy, so he can't shoot
told
me the
us
fuck
that too. He did a backflip. He told us he was 100% healthy.
All right, let's talk about what your coach said. What you got?
We want to get right into us.
Yeah, let's talk about your shit a little bit. I got some many questions.
Oh, I know we had to guess, so that's why I figured we might wait.
Oh yeah. Let's go CJ first. That's right. We do have a guest. Good reminder.
Oh yeah.
Let's go CJ first. I'm gonna shoot my dog this link.
Yeah, so bouncing back to last week, 31-23 against Louisville. And that shit was 31-7 in the second quarter, man. So we did a lot of damn digging ourselves in the hole, so to speak, early in the game in regards to bouncing back. I spoke a little bit on No Cap Sunday in regards to it. They were on pace for 600 yards of offense, man. We couldn't stop a cold in the first half. They were 9-10 on third downs, which is egregious. Amazing for an offensive standpoint. That's like, we all know that third downs is like the key stat when it comes to what you measure your team by, because you got to get out the field and you got to convert in those downs. So they were 9 for 10 on third down. Shit, my bad, fellas. It was another mosquito. 9-10 on third down and finished the game for 9-19 on third down. So we definitely buckled down in the second half in regards to not giving up shit on defense. We were able to move the ball a little bit on offense. But we still had too many drives where we stalled out. And it was some debate about whether or not Louisville took the foot off the gas in the second half. I believe it's some truth to that, and I believe it's a little bit in between both. There's some truth to it, and at the same time, once you start getting too close, they had to try to get back into their bag a little bit, but it just momentum in the swing of the game, it just wasn't going their way at that point in time. So I feel like early in the third quarter, they definitely took the foot off the gas, and it was just too much momentum on our side.
I don't know. It do look like Louisville was nervous and about to just like goof some shit up. It didn't look like
because it was a lot of plays.
Yeah.
Now I think in the beginning they did, but once we started scoring kind of quick, they said, "Nah, fuck it, we got to put these guys away." But there was some plays in which their quarterback he had a lot of like 2 really long runs that were called back due to holes.
Right.
He missed a couple balls that he made in the first half, so it was a combination of both. And I feel like defensively, those guys finally just woke up and dropped their nuts a little bit, man. Because like I said, in the first half, they literally did anything they wanted to. They was on pace for 600 yards. 9 for 10 on third down. Every offensive possession they had in the first half, I believe they scored on. So, but when you get behind 31-7, it's just, I mean, what can you fucking do, man? It's 31-7. That's just tough. You're just making the game harder than what it should be.
Real quick, I got a question. I got a good question. A nice derailment.
No, he
I think all of our coaches are ass in the presser, right? Got to choose one in a presser in a crunch, man. Mike Norvell, Manny Diaz, or Dan Mullins.
Oh, give me Manny.
Manny,
give me Manny.
Hell no.
Manny gonna say you definitely don't want Dan.
I'd rather Dan do his goofy shit than tell me that Appalachian State did what they did to everybody.
Yeah, but see, I'll probably say Mike because the shit gets repetitive as you're on foot because he always says it's on the damn coaches. We got to prepare the damn players. But at the same time, when you fucking know on foot, then you really don't want to hear that shit too much damn more. So, but I guess I'll take a coach who just said, "Fuck it, it's on us. We lost the damn game." But damn, Manny just gonna say. Shit, it was Central Connecticut State to do this to everyone.
Manny just said this past week that the administrators ill focus on football because
talking about locker rooms and shit. Like
they're his employers. What the hell you think he gonna do?
He's like these motherfuckers that negative recruited me saying go look at their locker rooms and shit. Man, he flustered like a motherfucker. Man.
I mean, but okay, feel him real quick. All right,
we know it's happening. We know it's happening for sure.
No, but I'm saying feel him right. I'm sitting here minding my business. Kirk Herbstreit come on. They like, yo, that shit in Miami is rid ass. I'm sleeping. What?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So now I got to get up. I got to talk about it. Right? Somebody got to get ahead of this shit. Yeah. So
come on, he need better ghostwriters or something.
Yeah, I mean, but no, he did. But
he thought he was a politician, though, right?
Right, but he said the right. He said the right things. He could bat it. It was some falsehoods and some of that stuff. First off, people are always going about the Orange Bowl and when the Orange Bowl day. The Orange Bowl ain't that much different than Hard Rock. It's a Miami cultural thing.
That bitch was rocking though, bro. That shit.
It was smaller for one, but you still had
the
to
location.
Try to get there.
The location.
Yeah, the location, exactly. But it was a little better. Yeah, it's worse. But it still was. You had to get up. You had to go out of your way a little bit.
Motherfuckers used to fear.
You got to bring the stadium up because not having an on-campus stadium is an inconvenience.
Right. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But he could bat it the best way you could. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, on a stadium campus would be fucking
the best way he could. He could have came with some better shit than that. I could have wrote him some better shit than that.
Yeah,
I've lied better.
All right, give me one right now. Give me something.
I wouldn't say shit. I'm not answering the Herbstreit to that shit. Because first of all, I think Herbstreit, because a lot of them people, just be honest, I'm watching that shit on ESPN with some of my boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we sitting there at a cigar bar, and they just like, damn, they making Miami sound nuts. But when you really in touch, you can really realize that these guys really don't know what the fuck going on in Miami. They too far removed. They just talking heads watching Miami from a far away. We kind of know what the culture is like. They just saying the cookie cutter shit of the stadium. Everybody know Miami ain't got an on-campus stadium. So they saying a lot of cookie cutter shit. So my approach would have been to it like, yo, man, these media guys are out of touch with what's really going on in Miami. They follow it from a national standpoint. They're not close to the grassroots of this program, what we got going on. They're just doing their job, and I'm doing my job. Keep moving.
Okay. I mean,
you like my shit? You like my shit?
Damn good. That was pretty damn good. I will give you that. I can tell you bullshit your way out of a lot of stuff. I know because I'm good at that shit too. So I like it. Right. I was like, damn, I do like that cell. So you're right. He said more than he needed to. He said more than he needed.
Way more.
But okay, go ahead, CJ. We didn't mean to.
Well, no, that's
nice derail.
Yeah, definitely. But going back to Louisville, like I said, I guess I could go to the little recruiting aspect of it. We had Earl Little on campus. He took his official visit for that weekend. And Earl Little is probably my number one corner in the state of Florida. Well, not probably. I think he is the best corner in the state of Florida. Probably end up going to Alabama. But this was real interesting to me. We had Marcus Wilson, our defensive back coach. He was he didn't coach during the game. He was out doing a death in the family. So we promote Randy Shannon to coach the DBs for this Louisville game. And Earl Little Sr. and I guess because Earl Little, he played at Miami. He has those ties with Randy Shannon. So that kind of makes sense. But they were basically saying like, hey, if he becomes like if we make him a permanent on field coach or whatever, that'll make us look at Florida State a little bit harder. First of all, man, I ain't like, bro. I love, right, for real. Fuck
you
that.
Can't tell me who to pick as my coach now.
Right, but I love Earl Little, and I think his son is fucking amazing. But you don't tie those type of decisions to one recruit, so to speak.
Right.
Now I wouldn't mind.
I think if Hunter call y'all right now, like, hey, let me choose next coach.
We choosing the last fucking coach then. That's different. Like, if Hunter call right now, bitch, he can choose whoever the fuck he want as the damn defense. That nigga choose who he want as a head coach. I wouldn't give a damn. Bitch.
He coming in to play. What's he coming in to play for y'all? DB or wide receiver?
Oh, both. He playing both.
Oh, y'all in trouble.
He might play quarterback.
Man, that bitch can play kicker.
That's such a throwback, though. You just don't see that no more.
But I think
you know why, Larry Young? Real quick, you know why?
Why?
Because he's from the 5-6-1.
No, you got to give it to him for that. But
you're about to ruin him.
And he's I think definitely one of those players is just one of those players. But no, I think he's gonna be the ultimate 5-6-1 test, I guess, for both of us, right?
Yeah,
right.
We're gonna see because
if y'all fuck up
Trav.
we going boycotting. Like,
I think Trav could
getting the gang together. We holding up some shout out to my dog. Post and grind. We pulling up with the banners and shit.
Right.
5-6-1 lives matter.
Could definitely be the damn best receiver in the country and the best defensive back in the country. I mean, this whichever you choose him to be, he's the best. Yeah, he's just that type of damn guy. But yeah, I wouldn't say, for instance, we do go a different route and fire Adam Fuller. I wouldn't mind Randy Shannon as the linebacker coach, just depending on the DC that we hire. So if we hire a DC who's linebacker specific, then that shit's not going to work. But if we have a defensive back minded on defensive coordinator, I wouldn't mind him, at that position as a linebacker coach. But as far as the defensive coordinator, that shit is dead. I don't really want him as a defensive coordinator. Just I wouldn't mind on the field position, but defensive coordinator, that's too much. But
they trolling y'all, man. I'm telling you.
I think Earl definitely already locked in Alabama for sure.
Yeah, they just gonna they gonna laugh about how they got y'all to hire Randy Shannon at DC. And then go to Alabama.
and then have two hats on signing day.
Yeah. And both
you talking crazy to my man from Bama that came on No Cap about Pritchett, bro.
No, that's another thing I will talk on. So, but another thing, I ain't expect us to be 0-4 either. So Elijah Pritchett, he just reached the
commitment at this point. I just want to get that perspective. What you
after that Notre Dame game, shit, 3-1.
Oh, okay, yeah. I feel you after that Notre Dame game.
Yeah, because after I was riding the highs off the Notre Dame. That's how I feel like we'll be 3-1.
Oh yeah, but, Tony Mitchell too. You said y'all was getting that.
Nah, I did. I felt like I was high on him. Now that motherfucker ain't put us in this top 7 or however many it was.
He got Florida, Georgia, LSU.
Games got played, dog. Like,
Clemson and Oregon, yeah.
Fucking games got played, bro.
They did you dirty, man. They said, hey, I know the pain. I told you my O-line was going to be dope.
Yeah, I told y'all that we was in the battle with Bama for Pritchett. And it's Bama, so you still got to sweat those things out. And that's literally what happened. Bama 0-4, dominant best team in the country. We're 0-4. And I feel like if we were 4-0, we would have probably got him. But Fong just dropped a little note. And shout out to Tia for bringing it to my attention. That's what she's good for.
Especially when it's Bama related.
Bring it to attentioner.
Right. But she said basically, Bama got the last visit, and I think it was the Mercer game, if I'm not mistaken. But after that game, it was like it was fucking sold.
There's no place like this after they beat the shit out of Mercer.
Right, exactly. Beat the shit out of Mercer, had them boys eating lobster and steak after the game. Like, yeah, it was a no-brainer. But
no way in hell I'm visiting versus Mercer though, bro. Nah. Schedule me another week, bro.
But that was a big loss for us, man, because we all know how we struggle on offensive line and just tackles in general. And he was probably one of the better tackles in the country, and he would have been I don't want to say instant impact because it's offensive line, and you don't really want to judge that too much in regards to the development of the O-line. But he's one of those guys who had a good chance to make an impact early. But then you go to Bama, which is how you perceive it. You want to go to Bama and get developed and wait a couple of years and then be that guy, versus coming in ungroomed and being a chance of being, I guess, thrown in too fast at FSU. Understand, and then you're going to win that Bama too. But it was a big blow to us in regards to the rest of our offensive tackle board. I was real high on Eston Harris over the summer. He named FSU his leader, but FSU kind of backed off a little bit in their pursuit of Pritchett, and then they opened the door for Auburn and Florida to kind of come in. He went to the Florida Bama game. He was blown away from that game, and now he said it's kind of a two-way street with Auburn and Florida. So I don't know if we can kind of get into that recruitment or if it's too late, but he was a guy who was really high on FSU over the summer. But just due to how the season went and how the recruiting board shook, it may not be maybe lost, something that's lost for us. But he was someone I was real high on, a 3-star kid out of Alabama, looking like it's going to be an Auburn and Florida battle. And Florida keep doing what they're doing. Well, shit, I hope it's Auburn, but if Florida keeps doing what they're doing, man, they'll definitely have a good chance for him. Nah, he's legit. Like that kid is.
No,
like,
it's just funny because you got to play in Florida. I don't got to play Florida, so I understand where you're coming from.
Right? Yeah, fuck Florida, man. I don't want to get nobody. But yeah, so it's looking like an Auburn and Florida battle with him. But that's just how it goes.
Is he a 3-star?
Yeah, 3-star kid. But
that's a heavy bag.
Yeah.
If you're a 3-star, you need to come to the 3-star whisperer, baby.
You gonna say, you see what I did?
You see what I can do, dog?
You muted, CJ.
My bad, fellas. Had to train pass a little bit. But yeah, going into the kind of move forward to the Q's game, we got Syracuse this upcoming week. They're 3-1. We talked a little bit about Dino Babers and the job he's done. Really good coach. I didn't expect them to be 3-1 to this point, to be honest. They got wins over Ohio, Rutgers, and Albany. They lost. They got wins over Syracuse. Talking wins over Syracuse. They're fucking Syracuse.
I'm about to say,
they got
spring game.
I was surprised before you move on. I was surprised at how many white people didn't know what Beijing was. Shout out to white.
I didn't know it based on I know it, but when I saw it, I said, "What the hell is this?"
Nah, that title was funny as hell. So they got wins over. Go back to it. They got wins over. Sorry, I just set it up. My bad, fellas. 1 second.
No, you good.
They got wins over Florida State.
No.
Oh,
they got wins over Ohio, lost to Rutgers, Albany, and Liberty. So the wins that they've had, I mean, you can't really. I don't want to. How can I put this, man? It's wins over Ohio, it's wins over Albany, it's wins over Liberty, kind of lower schools, but at the same time, shit, we be getting our ass whooped by lower schools too. So I can't really discount that. The game they played against Rutgers, it was 17-7. So played Rutgers pretty tough, but 17-7. So going back to Dino, he's a really good coach. I also know about the players they have in regards to the roster. They have a quarterback in and Tommy DeVito. And FSU fans, you guys might remember him from 2018 when Willie got his ass. We went to Syracuse and got an ass kicked with Willie in the dome. He was the backup at that time, and once he came in, of course, every quarterback we played, we made him look like Tom Brady. So once he got into the game, man, he was throwing that shit left and right and just killing us that game. But overall, he hasn't done too good this season. They're not really a good passing team. 388 yards and only 1 touchdown, up to 2 interceptions. So in hindsight, just to give you the comparison, Mackenzie Milton numbers are way better than his. Milton has 548 yards and 2 touchdowns. You know how bad our pass offense has been with Travis and Milton. So that just shows that Syracuse and DeVito, they're not really a threat to throw. I'm not going to say that because it's us. Every team is a threat to throw against us. But coming into the game, they shouldn't be a threat to throw against us. They do have a very good running back in Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker, he has 536 yards in the year, 7 touchdowns. He's also their leading receiver with 9 receptions for 175 yards. So if we could do what we did against Notre Dame in regards to stopping their run game, I feel like our chances should be pretty good against Syracuse, because once we get them in passing situations, I just haven't seen it from DeVito to make those plays. And just to show you how good Sean Tucker is, man, he's petitioning to try to he's a freshman at Syracuse. Well, I guess you could say redshirt freshman. In 2020 was his first year with the COVID year, so he didn't really lose a year. But he's petitioning to try to get number 44, to wear number 44 for Syracuse. And if you're a college football fan, you know how big the number 44 is for Syracuse. You had the great Jim Brown, he wore 44 at Syracuse. Ernie Davis, the first African American Heisman winner, he wore 44. So he's a pretty good back if there's conversations of him wearing 44 for them. So if I feel like if we can shut him down, we'll have a chance going forward.
If he about to wear the 44, y'all ain't about to shut shit down.
Yeah, they gonna let him wear it just for that game.
Just for that game,
yeah,
right? Yeah, they're gonna sign all kind of waivers and shit just to wear it against Florida State. Man. But yeah, but if we had a Notre Dame showing it like how we lock down those running backs and contain the running game, I feel like we should be pretty good. If we get them in third and long situations, we should, in passing downs. DeVito hasn't showed anything, but again, our DBs haven't shown anything on the flip end to stop quarterbacks in those situations. So they're going to be putting it to the test again. Hopefully, they can answer the test this week.
Shout out to Tia. She listening live. She come in like she correcting lies like live.
Oh, already?
God,
yeah. She fact checking.
Give us some time. Sheesh. It was a moment to lie.
I literally just said though. Fall said that shit really didn't matter after the Mercer visit. It was a lock, right?
Supposedly, yeah. That was like a he been a silent commit for a minute, right?
Yeah, that's what said after that visit.
After that game, yeah, okay.
Yeah, after that visit, he allegedly gave Saban his silence. So yeah, but shout out to Tia for the live corrections. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got as far as that. But on the recruiting front again, once you're 0-4, man, it's pretty much this is the situation you're in. Now you're just trying to hold on to the recent commits instead of trying to, how can I put this, build on the top 10 class and make it a top 5 class with guys like Pritchett and other big time recruits that we're after. As far as the commits, the only one on the offensive line, the people that we feel like are wavering is Ba. I told you guys he's been flirting with Georgia for a while, and I feel like even if we would have started off pretty good, he'd have been going towards that direction in regards to Georgia because he's just been flirting them even prior to the season. I feel like he was a guy that was going to end up leaving and going to Georgia anyway. Atavius Woody, he's been taking visits to Auburn. Auburn's been pushing really hard for him. You know how tough it is with Alabama kids to leave the state in general. So once you have any chinks in the armor with us being 0-4, that let Auburn slide in and try to sway him away. So we'll see how that recruiting plays out. But it's looking like he's flirting with Auburn a lot. He's a guy that can play guard or defensive tackle. So I was really excited about him. Just due to the fact that I feel like he could be a better defensive tackle, and that's something that we really need, an athletic defensive tackle that can get after the quarterback. So losing Barr and possibly Woody will hurt, but again, Alex Atkins, he cast a pretty wide net, man. So I got full faith in him to kind of right the ship and get some guys in on the offensive line.
That's wild. That's all you got,
man. Yeah, that's all I got from my end on the FSU end. I do got to win against Syracuse, though, man. I got us a win. So let's go ahead and get these predictions in. FSU, right. I'm going to say FSU 31, Syracuse 20.
They're going to light it up. I hear you. What is this one at? That's at Doak again? Or
it's at Doak. We got another home game. And I'm interested to see what the attendance is going to look like, man.
Yeah, I was about to say what the crowd going to look like because there's an opportunity. You ain't got that many opportunities to win. This is one. Yes. I think y'all start decent. Y'all just been starting so trash.
Exactly.
And have to dig yourself out of a hole.
Oh, yeah, for this game, man. I'm pretty sure like it's
$60. So far this season, yeah.
Yeah, there's a joke going around there saying $60, man, that'll get you on field and you get to call 2 players with the coaches.
Right. Mm-hmm. Can't be no worse. It can't be no worse.
So you get to sit in Big Country or Lago.
Right. For real.
I'm gonna call a goal line.
We got everybody. We got wig mullets or whatever that you could throw on also, man.
Yeah. I'll take Paul and be quiet back there. You don't getting $20 million from Florida taxes. Just win.
No, yeah, that's another thing. Good point, Paul. And we did get on that $20 million donation. As far as
fixed dope.
Yeah, the fixed dope. The fixed dope.
Whoa,
but it's real.
Shit.
It's
real. Do something with that bathrooms. Yeah.
Now the bathrooms are terrible. But it's real.
Yeah,
we got that $20 million donation, but also we got in 2018.
I don't need a buyout donation for money.
No, that's what I'm getting at. So in 2018, we had a $20 million donation from Chainsaw Al and his wife before he died. One of the FSU big time boosters.
Chainsaw Al, that's a wild ass name.
What?
Chainsaw Al,
got bodies in his basement.
Yeah, he probably do, man. But he was one of like the biggest boosters that contributed to FSU. He recently passed away. But Chainsaw had hella money, and you don't get the name Chainsaw without being cut.
Bushido know.
Hey, shout out to Bushido, man. He had everybody feel like he was commando style Rambo.
Right.
AR and switch army knives coming out of his pocket and stuff like that. But yeah, so going back to the conversation that we got that $20 million donation, it was supposed to go to the indoor facility, the standalone facility, the football ops. Then, a year after that, we got $20 million out of nowhere to cover Willie's buyout. So, fans are saying this could be another little cover up in regards to Norvell money. So just something you should watch out for.
Yeah, fix that shithole. I'll be there. I
Florida
don't want to
State
be
still care
standing
about
there.
football a little bit. They care about football a little bit still.
They care. They put the money.
They need that shit. They need that shit to keep the economy booming in Tallahassee.
Oh
Yeah, you still got to piss in troughs there, man. I mean,
but that's another thing, man. Like I said, the economy in Tallahassee, man, it's definitely dependent on just Florida State football. Yeah, definitely. Florida State and FAMU football. Both of those guys are good. That's why you see the hotel prices be crazy. Food vendors, this, that, and other. That's bread. That's bread for the. How can I say this? That's the economy. That's their
economy.
Yeah, for the fiscal year. That's the big money. The big money
on the fall.
Oh yeah, definitely. So when football, when football is down in Tallahassee, man, the money is down. And like Smoke just said, it's a family home game too, so the city should be pretty crazy.
Right.
You bragging on owning the trough, Popo, man. Harlan, nobody cares, bro. Owning troughs is disgusting. Piss troughs. Well, if we stand next to each other and go, hey man, just look up. Just look up. Don't you look left or right. Just look up. It's nasty. That would keep me from getting drunk at them games. I was like, bro, I ain't with this bathroom situation and dope.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, but anyways.
That's what's up.
Stop trying.
I'm gonna go score, man. You said the running back by put on 44, so it is that dope. I don't think you guys as bad as y'all look, but I think every year y'all they're bad as they look, but I'm saying they could play a little better. It's just like every year they have this thing, right? And this year that thing is starting slow as shit. They're getting in these holes, and then second half they give their fans a little hope.
That shit's crazy.
And then
Willie, we kind of knew this shit was going like, all right, yeah.
But see, Willie, it was an opposite. He'll build a damn lead and blow that bitch every damn time.
Right. So he
maybe if you combine both coaches.
Right, shit, you were fucking undefeated right now.
Have a whole coach, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I should bring Willie back.
What's your score?
No.
What's your score, sir?
Willie and Mike. That's the real clown show, bro. Let me get 27-24. Louisville in the nail biting at Doak.
Syracuse.
Syracuse. I'm sorry. Nail biting.
Another heartbreaker.
Another heartbreaker, man. What's gonna be smoking the city?
Oh man, that's gonna be man. There's gonna be alcoholism is gonna go up tremendously.
I think like life is poetic sometimes, and Travis Hunter, shout out to the 561 boy. He said he gonna go there even if they got 0 wins. So I think God gonna test that faith.
I'll go
Travis Hunter, send me your cash up, baby. We'll work it
no.
out.
He's doing NIL deals, man.
Come on, man. Don't do that, man. Let them people do their job, man. You got kids, you got mortgage, you got time to be. Let them people do that. Y'all say y'all got plenty of money. Don't
like
you
give that
boy no money.
It's about the economy, baby.
Well, let them get there, and then you take care of them. Okay, he might pull out like a thief in the night. You don't want to do that.
Right.
I'll go Syracuse 28, Florida State 20. Get another heartbreaker.
What's the spread?
We got it like 4.5.
4.5. Okay. Yeah. All jokes aside, just to see something happen, and then you telling me they got a potent running back, so I think they're gonna be able to play a little. They'll be able to maybe play a little ground control. Hopefully, they can get him going well. So, that's what's going on now.
Here's my thing. This is what I want to start monitoring too. Like we got to start talking about like the bad coaching decisions. So I think one of the worst coaching decisions that Mac Norvell is making is not like just making Corbin the bell cow.
And we could talk about that too in regards to that. That's another situation. When you, and I kind of spoke on a little bit on NorCal Sunday. Like first of all, we got to stop passing on early downs. That's the issue because once we pass on early downs, we get sacks or it's penalties. and we're behind the damn 8 ball on the play sheet when it's like first and 15, first and 10, second and 2, whatever it may be, whether it's a sack, incomplete pass, anything like that. We're kind of behind the play sheet once we're behind the sticks. So if you run those early downs and then, you get in the second and short, third and short, you could keep running the ball or whatever. That's when the carriers get involved. But then when you're down 31-7, shit, it's even though you're running so good, you still got to try to score quick, to bounce back in the game. So running the ball on early downs and not just playing catch up, the first half or whatever, we should be able to get them more touches. But 11 carries is egregious, man, no matter what the situation is. I mean, no matter how you slice, you can't really defend 11 carries.
Yeah, just looking like Milton hasn't been good enough to just be dropping him back. I think you need to use Milton out of play action. Yeah. Your receiving game, them guys not separating like that. I think you operate through Corbin out of play action a lot, or just your run game altogether, because that's just working. I don't think Mike's patient enough for that. So I want to just pay attention to that this game because it's going to be another close game. I want to see how he respond play call wise, because the obvious shit to me is they should be handling that bitch off. What's up?
No, that's a good point in regards to patience. I like that because you see, and it's crazy because you look at the Memphis teams back when he played, like he rolled whatever the best players was, whatever their strengths was, he rolled that. So you have one year where they have all these running backs and Henderson, who's with the Rams, and I forget the running back that's with the Cowboys and stuff like that, where they're just running it down your throats and just tailoring to the quarterback strengths. But again, if you don't have an offensive line that's blocking up front to begin with, then everything is kind of thrown off. So, but I do want to see the type of offense that we did see at Memphis. I do want to see that type of offense because I don't know, man. It's just frustrating.
Games on.
Right. It's just frustrating to see the complete turnaround or whatnot. You see a play call like Dan Mullen, he's real patient in regards to the offense and the flow of the game. Right. So that's a real good point.
Sometimes too patient. Like I be getting impatient. Like, hey, Dan, we need some explosive shit. I like that you moving that bitch down the field, but fuck with my anxiety, bro.
You let Dan coach, bro.
You gotta get a healthy balance.
Hey, Dan gonna coach and I'm gonna fan. He gonna be Dan, I'm gonna be fan. We both good at what we do.
Dan and fan.
Dan and fan, goddammit.
Hand in hand.
One thing I'm gonna do is my goddamn job.
You ain't lying. They come and they go. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna be here. You may change polos and logos, but I am gonna be here.
I've been here through 20 years of ineptitude. Don't question my fanhood, right, bro. I do this.
I'm allowed to question you because you can change polos. I can't.
Yeah, you can move on, and probably will when something sweeter come along.
We got a guest coming on to kick it during the Miami segment, but we can get rolling. He's putting his baby to sleep, and then he's gonna be on to kick it with us a little bit. So let's talk about this Cavalier ass whooping that's on the way.
Nah, we ain't talking about no Cavalier ass whooping. We get it to we play.
I ain't finna beat them boys.
Nah, I mean I'm gonna let my man get in here and talk a little bit of that shit. I don't want to be doubling back.
Oh, you sound like you scared. It's your shit. He coming to your building.
I ain't scared of shit. Let me produce.
I'm trying to help you talk shit.
How many more home games y'all have? Shit,
you got a lot on too. The hell you talking about? Y'all in Doak again?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, what you talking about? We had just as many.
But y'all ain't doing the road yet, though, bro. We at least wouldn't wait 2 weeks.
Well, we had a neutral, and then the home. Again, that's why this schedule is supposed to be super sweet. But the problem is, we the sweet part of the schedule. We had like fucked up.
Y'all about to be homecomings in a minute.
No, come on, man. I can get out there, right? If we start to be a homecoming game, I can.
Well, the state's definitely a homecoming game.
Been homecoming for the last couple of years.
Oh man, that's crazy.
When you got Duke schedule as homecoming, you got to read that.
Yeah, man, you gotta read the room. Somebody gotta get fired.
Somebody.
Wait, they expect to win? Oh shit!
Right.
In the preseason, they didn't even see the game.
They ain't even see a game yet.
Right.
Nah, I'm trying to produce here, brother. I want to get into the last week. We'll get into some of that other stuff, and then hopefully a seamless transition. You dig? Let me do my thing.
You, bro.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to help Harlan out too. You're welcome, Harlan. Well, yeah. Last week we played DeVry. We went out there, took care of business with that. Nothing really to take away too much from that game. It's 69-0. I watched the majority of the game. I got too drunk, passed out, and you can't find that game even on YouTube still. So I couldn't watch the end of the fourth. I made it to the top half of the fourth. But again, it was nothing to see. That was a really bad team out there. They weren't really good at anything. We got to see the young boys play an incredible lot. De'Aaron King was sidelined with the shoulder being banged up. So it went pretty much as I expected. We went series for series for the most part. I think Tyler Van Dyke ended up getting maybe 2 or 3 series more, but it was a pretty even split. Both of those guys showed, pretty good poise, good throwing ability to stretch the field somewhat. If I had to pick a guy that's ahead right now, I go Van Dyke. Not to say that Garcia looked bad in any regard. He's just TVD's been there longer, so he's more well versed with the offense, a little bit more mature. That's just kind of benefit of being around the program. I fully expect Garcia to continue to grow. I think he has a it factor to him, and I think Thursday when we play Virginia, as of right now, they did list De'Aaron on the depth chart. I think it was just a goofy coaching move thing. I don't expect De'Aaron to play, so I think we may see something similar if we're able to get anything moving, like we should be able to against UVA. Again, not an incredible amount to take away from that. Romello Brinson had an incredible catch, some long runs, plays from the young guys. O-line still, honestly, I'll be honest with you, even though they was playing, a very weak program, they still had a couple of lapses, which, makes your stomach turn when you watch it. It's like, man, we still can't have that. I don't know if it was a little let up because they knew the game's in the bag, but again, you got to compete all the whole time, no matter who you playing. So that still leaves me with some concerns going into the next game.
Who you think pushes the ball down the field better, the young guys or King? I know that was a conversation you was having with
the young guys, but I think it plays more to their game, period, right? And you got to remember when Lashley left SMU, he had was a kid named Shane Buechele. He was tossing the rock around quite a bit, so he knows how to work with that type of quarterback. And I really think that's more his vision. I think De'Aaron was a guy that we just needed at the time to just bring up the level of competition, the maturity in the QB room. But I think Van Dyke and Garcia are actually more suited to what he would like to do. So I think, and that's what we were talking about when we were talking about No Cap Sunday, just talking mechanics. Yeah, of course, you're not going to get to judge against, some community college too much, but I can just see how they were just willing to take some shots. Them boys wanted to throw. They got in, they was ready to move the rock around. This was their time to shine, and they took full advantage of it. Outside of that, it's really, the biggest story around us this week was more about, some of the controversy we spoke on earlier about Herb Street, bringing up, some of the deficiencies in the program and how things have been going that way for a while. He probably touched on some key points, and Manny came back and punched back. And I get why he did that again, because first off, he works for those people. And secondly, well, I think Kurt was mostly talking about him. So it's like,
it's a personal shot, right?
Yeah, it was a little bit of like, he said it don't matter who the head coach is, but I really think he was saying, this motherfucker sucks.
Yeah, this nigga cheats.
Yeah, he just said. So if I'm Manny, this motherfucker done punched me in the damn dick, and I ain't did nothing to him.
Kept back. The shot back was just weak though. Real quick about the freshman playing. Shout out to the young boys getting some tick. That was good shit versus DeVry.
Right.
You gotta appreciate them reps. Leonard Taylor got to play. Fans been wanting to see him play. I thought he played okay, but you could see, I think the fans got to see why he's not playing though, right?
Right.
We know you guys don't have the best developers, so we didn't expect him to be out there early anyway, right?
Nah, I don't agree with that. But go ahead.
You know that, man. He's transferring.
I think Jess Sims is a good D-line coach. I'm not going to shit on Jess for your sake.
I'll do it for you. I got you.
Okay, knock stuff out.
So Leonard Taylor also did a hostage video this week.
I didn't want to talk about that.
Why not?
Because I didn't like the video.
Yeah, we had to discuss that video.
What
do you feel about that?
Well, I'll tell you straight up. That's the
video. Real quick, the video it's a video of Leonard Taylor having a vlog on Rivals.com. I believe the website is.
The coaches were holding the cards up for him to read and shit and flipping it like that.
Yeah, I mean, like many kids, and this is actually, I'm glad we did bring it up. Now, this is why you have to be careful about every NIL deal you take. Leonard's not media trained, and yeah, it definitely came off like, yeah, we letting the jokes fly. It came off like he's reading off cue cards. I don't necessarily think he's being disingenuous, but that's not everybody's strength, right? So you're looking at a young kid, he's taking this deal, but I don't know if this is the best look for him. You know, that at this point especially, probably should have more of a non-talking role until he gets, more comfortable around media, the camera. And like, again, everybody's not built for that. So I'm glad y'all did bring it up, actually, because, yeah, that it's important to make sure you're taking the right deal, man. And the people around you have to say, maybe not yet. Let's revisit this maybe after a year on campus. Let's get them a little training and come back to that.
No, I don't think he was lying.
The
school can't say whether or not to take a deal or not. But
no family, friends.
Right. He need the right people.
The people in his corner, yeah, not the school. Correct. Yeah. That was my concern with it. I didn't even make it through it because I started playing it and I started cringing. I was like, yeah, this isn't his strong suit. Frank Gore is one of my favorite all-time Canes. And when you look at a lot of his earlier interviews, and versus him being a grown man and being really accustomed to a lot of it, he grew a lot. But Frank used to give some of the worst interviews I've ever heard. But it took us some time to get into a comfortable pocket with that. So yeah, that's something for the kids to consider too. Make sure people around you, make sure it's a good look for you. So yeah,
I do content in NIL with some of the players right now, right? Mm-hmm. And I do give them end all be all creative control. Anything they won't edit out, taken out, or don't want to put it up, it just don't go out. I just want to make sure they feel safe and they control their own media, because I think the culture of media right now, the normal culture is these guys come interview you and you got to tiptoe around what you say because they could chop it up and put whatever out.
Right.
So you got to be careful what they're using for headliners or how they trying to just generate some clicks, or they just trying to use me to generate some clicks. So I like to give them that assurance, like, yo, you control what goes out. So if this episode went to shit, or if you ain't like this or that, you can just say, yo, we're scrapping it, I don't like it, and that's just what it is. That's
what's up, man. That's honor and integrity. That's you caring about the culture. So salute to you for that, because it's a lot of people that's just going to take advantage of the fact that it's going to get clicks, right? So some of these people, and I say this with all due respect, went to click on that Leonard Taylor interview to laugh because they heard it sounded like a hostage, situation. And again, you want to protect your brand, you want to protect your image. So, yeah, salute you for that. We got our Virginia guy here.
Oh yeah, we kicking it, man.
I think he popped in.
Yo.
He's definitely Virginia guy.
Yeah, what's goody? What's goody?
What's up, man? We've been hanging out a little bit, man. Welcome to the RollUp. Big matchup this week. Miami Hurricanes, the Virginia Cavaliers. We got a special guest. Shout out to your podcast, man. We've been kicking it for a little minute.
Yeah, what's going on? Appreciate y'all boys having me. Yeah.
The last couple of years, I've been meaning to get you on. Right after the Virginia game, I was like, oh, man, I should have got my mans on. So I had it on the front of my mind and shit. I said, one of these teams play Virginia. I'm going to get my dog on to kick it, man. So how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Appreciate y'all boys having me out here. Shout out to Hill Podcast. We out here in VA. You know what I'm saying? We're a real nation out here. We try to be anyway on the low. You know what I'm saying? So I got to kick it for the ones that's out here,
No doubt, man.
That's what's up. Shout out to Virginia.
Sure.
So y'all got this. Y'all can do some bucket list stuff right now. Y'all, as a Virginia program, y'all don't get the opportunity to beat Miami that often, right? Growing up as a Virginia fan, that ain't nothing you really used to. But y'all pulling up this weekend with that opportunity. How you feeling?
After the last two games, we're looking a little bit shaky. We feeling as confident as the you feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm not where we thought we was gonna be, but we still can get where I thought we was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense,
I see. I like
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
It's all in front of you. And actually, the
Yeah.
rivalry is actually, or I won't call it a rivalry per se, but the matchup is that's not that bad. It's 11-7.
Yeah,
So it's pretty tight.
The last couple games have been good physical matchups. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good product to watch as opposed to, before the previous 6 years, normally it was just a washing. You know what I'm saying? We was going out there and we was getting washed. But the last couple years, it have been a good physical matchup. It's been a good game to see. But something we haven't done is one out there when we done been on the road in Miami, and that's what Virginia struggles with big time anyway. I think our road record is like what? Shit, like 2-13 now. You know what I'm saying? The last 6 years. So it's a big obstacle that the boys got to face anyway themselves, being to get the monkey off your back to win on the road. And nevertheless, like you say, you know what I'm saying? Something that have been churning up to be a little bit of a rival recently. Boys come out there, they be physical. We got a couple Miami recruits. Shout out the boys at Gulliver Prep, you know what I'm saying, and all the other schools that we be dipping into down there. We ain't y'all, but you know what I'm saying, I'll take the aftermath for what y'all get, I'm humble. You feel me?
We ain't worlds apart right now.
We ain't really us either, man.
I can't it'd be another time where I might be like, yeah, y'all ain't us. I'm like, we kind of, we ain't.
Y'all do more with less.
Right.
My God.
So I ain't looking down. I definitely ain't looking down my nose at Virginia. Virginia's been one of those teams that even under previous regimes has again been a team where I'm like, I've slept on them previous to the games, but once the games start getting played, I was like, bro, don't look past nobody on that schedule, especially Virginia. I like a lot of what they've done, even previous to this particular regime right now. You got Brock Mendenhall now, a good coach. I think he's one of the better coaches, in the ACC. Again, gets a lot from a little. But I'll say one thing that's kind of had me thrown off is Virginia is a school that I've kind of more definitely thought of the defensive prowess, right? And and for some reason, and I'm gonna get you to speak on it a little bit. What's been going on that has the defense right now? I believe y'all are like 101st in the nation right now in total defense. What's your big woes there?
Y'all can hear me still, right?
Yeah, we still. Yes, sir.
All right, bad. I just see my cam went out. From what I'm seeing is, we done got away from that 3-4 scheme. And the last 2 years, we didn't got away from that 3-4 scheme, and that's what's been busting our ass. And a lot of people ain't making a big deal like I'm making a big deal about it. But we just had like our 31st game giving up 30+ points. You know what I'm saying? From where I'm from, that ain't normal. You know what I'm saying? We don't play in the Big 12. It ain't an air raid system in the ACC. We in a physical league, so to me, that's not normal. And when we got away from that 3-4, I think the last time it was a close game was when we came to Miami, and that's when we had Juan Thornhill and we had guys that was getting pressure. And now it seems like we got 3 guys that's rushing, and we ain't getting enough pressure on the defense. So switching to that 3-3-5 and getting away from that 3-4 has harbored Virginia. But I mean, unless they do something different that I don't know, I mean, we're gonna see what the outcome gonna look like. But it's shaky. It's shaky.
Is there a guy on the defense that can be kind of disruptive?
Oh yeah, I mean they have we got a lot of guys with potential to be disruptive as far as single players. Noah Taylor, he's a guy that you're gonna see on the next level, number 7 linebacker. Nick Jackson, he's an all ACC leading tackler that was in the Butkus Award running, number 6 but inside linebacker. You got Mandy Alonzo, one of Florida's own. Shout out Mr. 305 himself. You know, got to plug my guy up in there. Number 91 on the defensive line. Aaron Fumai, number 94, boy from Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? They real disruptive guys that have been a problem for Miami in the past. So hopefully, I think this is one of them games, and it's one of them teams where you get up for. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Joe. We ain't going to play Louisville. Boys going to the Sunshine State. Which
And then,
it's a little different.
I saw a little interview, and I think it had the quarterback and another player, and they asked them where's their favorite place to play, on the road, and it was like Miami. So they enjoy coming here. So they're gonna bring energy. They're gonna bring some.
Juice.
It's gonna be a fun game, and it's weird again because we're playing another Thursday night, and this is y'all third time in Miami in a row because of the COVID scheduling.
Yeah.
So that's unfair. But if they like coming to play here, they like the stadium, so they looking to come steal some joy.
Man, them boys like the hotels and the vacation, man. They like being.
Hey, that too.
Oh yeah, who wouldn't?
And we might can win the football game
too. That.
Yeah. How's the weather out there? Because I know it may be a little cooler there right now. Them boys coming down to the Sunshine State.
Oh shit! I mean, it's fall weather. It's football weather right now. It's probably like a good 65 degrees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, down in South Florida. Yeah.
We ain't got none of that right
changed yet. It ain't changed yet. It ain't cold yet.
Nah, it ain't gonna get cold like that down there. I'm in Savannah.
I do think in this game, though, one team will find an identity. In this game, for real, it's more than just a matchup that I see that's happening tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's a big game as far as what your hopes are in the ACC. Tomorrow, one of these teams, pretty much, you can go ahead and cross your box, and you playing for the Military Bowl, and that's the realness about it. That's gonna be about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick, what do you feel about Miami's quarterback situation? You want to see De'Aaron King or the young boys scare you a little bit? Like, what's your outlook on that?
For real, I just feel like whoever it is, it's all gonna be on the defense. Whether the defense gonna show up, that's one of the problems that Miami has to address. As far as how Virginia should feel, you know what I'm saying? They should be prepared and with the mindset to it don't even matter who we playing at this point with these two shit showings that you don't put on. You got people putting up Guinness Book of World QB1 off Netflix, putting up Guinness Book of World Records on your secondary. You got to do something, so it don't matter. I feel like it shouldn't matter if it's De'Aaron. You know what I'm saying? He going to come in. He could be a little bit rusty, or he can be the young boys, or you can throw in exotic blitz packages. Whatever it is that you want to do, it shouldn't matter who it is.
Larry, what are they saying about De'Aaron King? He healthy?
They listed him, but word around campus is no. Like, I think that's just one of those coaching things, so they don't know who to prepare for. Although you don't have a lot of film on the young guys, regardless. I think they're just trying to keep them a little bit more prepared for De'Aaron. But everything I'm hearing is De'Aaron's not playing. He's not going to play tomorrow night. I mean, the shoulder. There's been rumors of him being shut down for the year. He was in a sling on the sidelines at the last game. So I mean, there's something there. If he's in a sling on Saturday, it feels shaky that he would be playing on Thursday to me, and that's what I'm hearing around the program. So,
if I'm a Cavalier, I would be ecstatic not to be playing a veteran quarterback. I think youth is. I would just be excited to just like be playing a youthful guy because of the unknown. Of course, all these guys were highly recruited, so I don't think they slouches. But until they're under the big lights, you just don't know what you're gonna get. And now just like
pivotal game, night game, Thursday night game. That's a lot for a young kid. Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
If I had it my way, we'd be rolling De'Aaron out there. He still gives us the best chance, whatever his deficiency may be. But if he's not healthy, you guys sit him. Actually, speaking of injuries, what's up with Jelani Woods?
I think that was just a little cramping issue. I think he should be good as far as I know. But somebody had said something to me earlier. I ain't get a chance to read it today. about what the whole lick is, how
Who's
he
Jelani
doing.
Woods and what does he play?
Jelani Woods a tight end. He definitely gonna be a top 3-day pick. I think he can go first, second, or third round, depending on how his year ends.
Oh yeah,
And
Gervon
I
don't
had
even know
saw a
who to
little
tackle,
something
so
about he was
his boy
gone,
might go
but
stupid.
yeah, he a big tight end, man.
He's
Buddy
huge,
nice.
man. 6'7",
yeah, man.
245 or something like that.
He is different, and
And he grown.
Yeah,
he grad transfer.
Keep talking like this.
As
Keep
hell.
going.
He got zero. He went
Get my
number
score
0.
prediction together.
He went number 0 because he told him that was the best explanation he can give because he said it's 0 people out here that can guard me. And it's a small percentage of people out there that can guard him. And respect to him, they all gonna be playing on Sundays. But hey, that boy gonna be for real. He is definitely next level.
Yeah, that ain't what I want to hear.
He is that. Hey man, cuz when we get off this joint, look him up, y'all. He is next level.
I'm about to check him out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check him out tomorrow night. One thing I do have.
Right. You'll see it live.
Yeah, I got time tomorrow night.
Yeah, I know you do.
I got a lot of time tomorrow night.
Me too.
And you talked about your defense being a little inept or not playing up the par so far. How you feel about your offense?
I feel great about the offense. Offense is light years ahead of what I've expected. And, everybody tried to make fun of QBs playing wearing number 99. And we got 3 and 4 QBs in at one time.
Wear 99?
You don't remember
that?
Yeah,
we got one quarterback.
He play everything.
Oh, that's right. That was y'all.
Hey,
y'all.
Let me plug the number 1 recruit out of Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? 2015, Keaton Thompson. You know what I'm saying? Dual threat quarterback. Went to Mississippi State. Did his little thing all day. Transfer. He done evolutionized the game, and he got a position that's on the depth chart card. FBP, football player, cuz. And you know what he do? He is a football player. You can line him up at wide receiver, tight end. You can line him up at the goddamn tackle, spread him out left wide, and do some type of fake screen. You can do all kinds of stuff with Buddy. And he nice. He just one of them people that, you know what I'm saying? No, everybody see what our quarterback doing quietly. If you ain't seen him, I guarantee you see tomorrow night. One thing we guarantee to do is put up about a good 30-something points, and that is no new era. Tell your boy Bubba. I hope your boy Bubba got his ass pumped. You know what I'm saying? That's just real rap. That's real rap because he gonna be working tomorrow night. That's one thing Virginia do. That's one thing we do. The stats back it up,
bro. We gotta bring you to the network, fam.
Yeah, I'm about to change my score.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be a score. You know
30.
what I'm saying?
Oh no.
It's
I know y'all been lighting it up.
Yes, sir. I think it's definitely gonna be a score. So
okay, but
it's gonna be fun though.
How about it's interesting that you are scoring and you've been moving the rock around, but you haven't been able to run. What's that about?
That's the damn problem that I got with their ass too. Hey, look, I'm trying to tell you, we got a running back that's from Louisiana. Shout out my dog Mike Hollins. I think tomorrow, if we want to be in the game and win the game, you got to play complementary football. You got to complement the defense. You got leaks in your defense, so how you leak the defense, you got to plug it. How you plug it, you plug the hole. You know what I'm saying? You pound the rock. That's one thing that they haven't done. You know what I'm saying? They just been riding the arm of the quarterback because he hot and, you know what I'm saying, letting them spin 58 times in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's wild right there. And then you go out and you get blown up by Carolina. You get blown up by Carolina because you don't want to hold the rock. You know what I'm saying? You trying to fight fire with fire instead of keeping it away and protecting yourself from your weakness. So as far as them not pounding the rock, that's an issue that I do have. But I think I hope tomorrow that we do address that issue because I be having a problem with that too. The 2 quarterbacks be having more rushing yards than all the damn running backs on the roster at the end of the game. That's
because I looked and
that's what that is. That's disgusting.
It ain't a lot of
attempts.
That's
disgusting.
Yeah, your top back got 81 yards. That's insane. Yeah. That's insanity through 4 games. That's 20 yards a game. I was like, bro, what the hell? I thought I was reading the game. And then I realized it was 4 games.
That's just that system that they run. But like I said, I think they need to play complementary football. As far as they do need to up that tomorrow. That is an issue in an area that they do need to address. As far as how many times the actual running backs touch the rock and not waiting until you get on the goal line from the 7-yard line trying to run a QB sneak. It's just that's
nuts.
That's stupid.
Well, I don't have anything else for you outside of y'all boys got anything else before we get the scores?
No, I ain't got nothing else, man. How you become a Virginia fan, man? Well, like, give me your fandom, because I it's very rare that I run into brothers that are Virginia fans.
I grew up out here. I'm standing in Virginia right now. I'm in the heart of Virginia right now.
Why
I'm standing
you a Virginia
on my
Tech
porch
fan?
in Richmond, Virginia right now. Oh no, I hate them boys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't really hate them because I want them to do well, because I'm all about the state of Virginia and the whole anyway. But if I had to choose, as Virginia Tech, I got a Virginia tattoo on my hand. I had a lot of friends. My wife is an actual Tech fan. You know what I'm saying? But I got recruited by Virginia, had a chance to play there. Some legal troubles harbored the boy up, so we ain't never go to that point. But that's just why my pops used to take me to games, and I used to go to camps there. So that was just the hometown team to me.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
I was there when they was hot back in the the early 90s, the late 80s, early 90s. Because I'm about to turn 36. You know what I'm saying? I've been around a little bit. So,
who
what I'm saying? I was there with all the good peoples.
Who you Virginia?
Gotta be the Barbers.
Who you Virginia goat?
My Virginia goat would be I got a couple because I was a linebacker. So James Ferrier was one of my defensive goats.
Yeah.
I love James Ferrier, Anthony Poindexter. Bring that man home from Penn State. Get up out of there, dog. You don't need that. You don't need that in your life. Come on back to the V where it's all love. You feel me? Let's see. Offensively, you had your Barbers, Aaron Brooks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sean Moore. Ahmad Hawkins. Shout out Ahmad Hawkins and the Ball Hawk podcast. It's an honor to get to talk to people like y'all. You know what I'm saying? People who plugged into the system and be doing what y'all doing. That John sweet. So tip my hat to y'all boys for that. The whole network, y'all got that John sweet.
Man, you got to come vibe with us, man. I like your lingo, how you kick it.
All day.
Yeah, you kick it how we kick it, man.
Yeah, it's the same everywhere.
Shout out to Don V, man, the Virginia Tech guy too, man. I'll be kicking it with him.
Don V, you know what I mean?
Sure.
That's my dog right there.
We got Virginia Tech game coming up soon, don't we?
I know we got him on the schedule. Yeah,
I know Miami do. Yeah, definitely got to plug my dog in. That's gonna be sweet.
For sure,
he doing big things out there. He on the verge of taking down Fuente. He about to bring his kingdom back.
Oh boy,
that boy there like anarchy.
My man's podcast is taking down the kingdom, and I love it. I'm like, what? Wow,
shout out to the podcast gang, man. Y'all boys stay at it, man. Shout out your podcast, where they can find you out on social media. Do your thizzle.
Oh yeah, the podcast, the Hill Podcast. I'm on all your little local airways, Spotify.
What happened to your old account, real quick? What happened to your old account?
Hey, look, them Hokies, and they be on Twitter. It's a crazy thing. They be sitting back and they be waiting. You know what I'm saying? Got my joint suspended. Got me suspended.
So you and Don beef, y'all be beefing? Y'all rivals like that?
Yeah, man, that joint ugly. It's a good group of us that's together, but they be out here trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying?
Messed up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can find me on the Hill Podcast, and then you can look me up at RVA Hoop. You know what I mean? I'm out here. I'll be out this money chilling every day. If I ain't working, I'll be on this joint chilling for sure.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man, appreciate you for hanging out with the roll-up, man. Let's get our score predictions and get up out of here real quick.
Yes, sir.
Score prediction, Larry, what you got?
Man, he said they're getting 30, and I trust him. I predicted early on 26. This because you hit a key point, right? This has got to be the turnaround game for both programs. Somebody got to get it together. So I got to go home team. I'm gonna go. We get this offense finally figured out like it was last year. I'm gonna take us against a bad defense so far. I'm gonna take us 42-30.
42.
I mean, we did score last year. Like you said, it's pivotal. Somebody's got to fix something. Their defense been really bad. Our offense has been really bad. It's the movable force versus the unstoppable.
It's gonna be one of the two.
It's
gonna be one of the two.
I haven't seen a 42-point type caliber program.
That's crazy.
Hey, look, Sam he just dropped a quarter and a deuce on us.
I just realized Armstrong got 13 touchdowns on the year already. He tossing that bitch left and right.
I told got like 1,700 yards. Yeah, he's
food.
He's number two. He's number two in the
secondary is food.
Buddy be tossing that pill
left and right.
Gervon don't even know who to tackle.
Right. I got just based off that, man, and just everything that you guys told me, I think both offenses are going to score some points. I'm going to go 34-31 Virginia.
I was around there. I'm going to go 28-31. 28-31 Virginia. No, Virginia.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's all right. I'll be by myself. What you got? Who?
You know what I'm doing.
Go ahead. You got
to. You know how we come.
You got to.
I'm going to go like 35-30.
All right.
It's gonna be a wacky game to start off, but
I can see that.
somebody is gonna get going, and I'm just hoping that somebody is us.
Miami get weird vibes on Thursday nights. I
really do.
Miami on Thursday.
JV night. It's a JV night.
It's weird. You're right.
It's a JV night. That ain't even the night. Friday night lights. That ain't even varsity.
And the last game was really weird and kind of got goofy, especially towards the end. We almost blew it, so it's I can see it again, man.
Yeah, so this is just one of them weird games, but it's been mad fun. I appreciate y'all. Much respect to y'all boys for having me out here. Let me know. Holler at me anytime you want me out this money. I'm out here. You know,
no doubt, man.
For sure, man. Appreciate you for hanging out with us, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely,
for sure.
Good vibes.
One time for the roll up, man. That concludes the Big Three Talk. Shout out to the great folks at Brunt Insurance and Financial Services. Anything you need insured from the Panhandle to the Keys, holler at my man Greg, 954-589-2204. Home, car, boat, motorcycle, life insurance, trailer insurance, business insurance, renter's insurance. Anything you may need insured, visit bruntinsurance.com. Big coverage. Boy. We gonna hang out with some NIL talk. Let's do some NIL talk and kick it with my man Darren Heitner. You can segue that.
Oh boy,
Harlan.
I know. I was like, what?
Yeah,
you threw me off too, but that's good.
I was like, what?
That's a dog tripping, man.
How we gonna wrap? Because we already 2.5 in.
No, we finna. Yeah, I'm looking at this.
Yeah, we gotta cut
remixing
it.
Just just talk about the top 25, and then we go into top 25 and prize picks.
Yeah.
Then we got
life coach.
Life coach. Do it that way.
Yeah, because we went. Sorry, Harlan. We talked about this shit before the show.
No, but it's elite content, man.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
It was a great show.
Yeah, so we can talk about the top 25 and do our picks. Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Which one are y'all going with first? Prize picks or y'all going top 25?
Let's go top 25 first.
Okay, I'll put in some.
I don't want to get too many ad reads back to back. Like, I want to give it a little space in between, like the ad reads.
Top 25 first.
Larion, I'll throw in some over under prize picks, Miami stats. You can pick.
Okay.
You gonna put them in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right, man. Let's get into some national news. Top 25. Anything egregious in the top 25 that y'all seen? I don't like me coming back in at around like 10. What we at, 10 or 9? What it got me at? I think I'm a top 5 team right now.
Yeah.
I feel like a top 5 team.
Well, I think in time it'll tell, but ain't too much really because y'all played Tennessee. Nothing really too much change in regards to that. You got because I think the win, Arkansas should be ahead of y'all guys just based off the win that they had against A&M, even though A&M's been struggling.
Yeah, I do like Arkansas. I just go from like just.
And Notre Dame also blew out. We've been talking about Notre Dame and how they've been playing. They blew out Wisconsin, so they definitely.
Yeah, that was. They got ugly at the end.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem with preseason, right?
Yeah.
because we mentioned it. I know it was in the chat earlier, and like you said, the neighbor talk, right? And I was making jokes to begin with them because I really don't know who was who yet. But they put us at 13 and 14, right? And now we're not in the top 25 at all.
See, I wouldn't mind for the rankings too. No rankings at all to about week 3, but I understand the money aspect of it and that type of deal. Preseason matchups. If you got Miami versus Bama and their so-called.
But see, that name is right, but the name is still the name,
it's
right?
Really regardless. But then again, when we throw that number beside it too, regardless to rankings, it just drives the price up a little bit more. So I feel like that's probably the main reason why we stick with it. But I wouldn't mind having no damn rankings at all to about week 3 or 4.
That's how I feel, because that's what I think is happening to Florida right now. I think if you watch Florida, I haven't got to see every game, obviously, but I have seen at least portions, and you just see what they're doing. Even if you just get to see some of the stats, you got to give them a little more love than 9, I would think. But, again, I think that all just goes back.
And the balls on who's playing who that week and the matchups or whatever. Yeah.
And it don't matter because they'll still have the opportunity to play in. The biggest game for them really is, Kentucky and Georgia left. So they'll get the opportunity to jump up. They beat Georgia. That's obviously going.
Yeah, they got us too. This is what I also found interesting. I think Florida State and Vanderbilt killing our strength of schedule a little bit. So they said they had a ranking of the weakest schedules on left. I think we were like 1.
Yeah, y'all know.
We were right there. Left. We were right there too. Like by PFF, you mean?
Yeah.
PFF.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, if we weren't 1, we were probably 2 or 3. Yeah, we got a weak schedule too. So I don't think that necessarily bodes well for us, because I think right now we're playing weak, which is why that game Thursday, like I said, we're gonna see who's who.
Yeah, I don't think it bodes well for you guys, Miami, but it definitely bodes well for Florida, because if you beat Georgia, shit, you can't walk into the SEC championship, and you'll be in a top 5 position, top 4 position also. So yeah, I get what you're saying in regards to Miami, but for Florida specifically. You get past Georgia, and I guess you can still got to worry about LSU a little bit just because it's LSU and, of course, Kentucky. But you get past Georgia. That's the game that should be circled for everyone. And moving forward, like you said, the schedule is pretty weak, but that helps you guys out.
Right.
Penn State, they jumped up to 4. They don't really have a win to speak of to me that I would think puts them at 4.
Yeah, because Auburn isn't looking that good either.
Right. And then they beat Auburn by 8, and they beat Wisconsin, who's no longer ranked. Yeah, I think that's a little wild. I think Penn State.
So we got Clemson going from 9 to 25.
Yeah. Well, that's well deserved, right?
They've been playing bad all year.
Right. Now, it gets a little weird because I still think they beat a Coastal Carolina, some of these other schools. They probably played tougher games, but at the same time, they just haven't looked good at all. And then they just lost Brian Breezy. He had an ACL tear, so he's done for the year. Yeah, that's gonna, that's detrimental. But see, that kind of goes back to what we were saying. Penn State, the name, the logo, they want high, but I don't think Penn State is worthy of 4. I think that's a little bit weird.
I get it because
they want them up there.
Right.
That's all it is. It ain't
basically.
It's the same thing we see every year with USC and Notre Dame. They want these brands up there.
But Notre Dame is also ranked at 9 right now. Which is kind of justified because they did like CJ said, they did get the blowout win. They've been a little heckler skeckler right now, so you don't know what you're gonna get out of Notre Dame. So I'm not mad at them at 9, especially with their logo. Arkansas at 8. They got a good resume so far.
Right.
I'm not mad at that.
Real good resume. Beat Texas also.
Right.
You got four SEC teams in the top 10. Smoke brought this up on the docket. What do you think the likelihood of an all SEC playoff?
It won't happen. Only because I feel like yes, it's impossible. Yeah, money first of all, but you got Oregon. Oregon, they're not. They're a lock. If they lose one game, I feel like they'll be a lock with a win over Ohio State. A Big Ten team is going to get in. Whoever champion is going to be, that's probably going to be Ohio State. They're going to get in. So you can lock Big Ten and Pac-12 in. And on a good year, of course, it'll be Clemson or whoever the ACC is. So I feel like the best that the SEC could possibly get on the annual basis will be 2. and that'll just be the West and East winner, so to speak. Or you have a West and two West teams, and say for instance you got two West teams like A&M last year, for instance, where A&M only lost one game. That was to Bama, I believe, going into what I believe they only lost one game period. And that was to Bama. So that'd be the only situation where I could see two.
This is what I think could happen. Like, say we beat Georgia, right?
Right.
We go to and they went out because they only have one loss. Georgia only has one loss, and that's us.
And that'll be the instance where I think the second team may get in.
Go ahead.
Second team, but we go to Atlanta and beat Bama.
Right.
All three of us have one loss.
I'm gonna tell you the problem was probably going to be there is because CJ just brought it up. I don't think Oregon takes an L, right? So then they
don't take two L's.
But if
they take one,
even them with one L, Georgia got one L, and I don't think they're gonna fall that far in the rankings. I think ranking wise, all three of them teams with one win are gonna be really high up there.
But then you got to go to the quality. I guess the wins too, because Ohio State. I mean, Oregon beat Ohio State.
Right, on the road with a lot of guys down, and then you got to remember too, another team.
Yeah, a lot of guys been hurt.
Another team that is probably going to have, like again, they normally do the easy street is going to be Oklahoma. Oklahoma probably going to end up winning out their schedule as well.
I don't think so. I think they're not going to go unscathed. They're gonna take an L somewhere. They suspect.
They kind of, well, because see, remember last year they started off, they were losing. And then they kind of tighten it up and righten things up. I just think because the schedule soft, that could be another possibility.
Man, that Rattler shit is looking real spooky over there. The locker room spooky. It's a lot of smoke over there.
Fans, screaming.
Yeah. I think a lot of shit would have to go in the SEC favor for that to happen. Like a lot.
It would. But there is a scenario, and I also think Bama takes an L. I do think Bama gonna take an L in the season. I think they I don't know if Ole Miss gonna pop them. That's the only opportunity I think. I think Arkansas is another opportunity that they may get popped. They got some. The West is looking stout. They got some matchups. They got some football still to play. And I think they got to come to play every week. But Bama could lose one game. That is a scenario there where we all got really good L's. Because if our loss is Bama's loss is Ole Miss or Arkansas or something like that, or us in the SEC championship, and we're a top 5 team. So their loss is a top 5, our loss is number 1, Georgia loss is us. Those are all high quality L's, and it's going to make shit very interesting.
Yeah, that'd be a good question. If in that situation, I mean, the two teams, I think it'll probably, I guess it'd be a rematch of the well, not necessarily a rematch, but those two from the East and the West who won it, they'll probably get the nod over Georgia, so to speak.
Right, for sure.
They'll be ones that get the nod.
Georgia would just have to be really blessed by the voters at that point.
Yeah, like it had to be some 2 lost teams, like 2 lost conference championships for them to get in that conversation.
Right.
Well, let me tell you, the alcohol consumption, if Georgia take 1 loss to Florida and they don't get in, oh my God.
Oh yeah, State of Georgia go crazy.
You wait on it. It's on the horizon, brother Larry. Is he frozen?
Yeah, Larry froze up now.
I thought he was just speechless.
Right, mouth wide open.
I was like, I never had heard Larry speechless. This is crazy.
You gotta get him back in.
Internet went out or something. Anything else from the top 25 that was egregious? I'm not mad at the way shit's like kind of panning out. I like where I'm at. We still got to play to get in. Like, I'm not concerned with rankings or anything like that. What's up with this guy?
He said Wi-Fi went out.
Oh, okay.
So you give him a second to get back on.
Oh, good. National news. I mean, A&M is dropping like a rock.
And once that quarterback went down, things kind of went downhill for them. So they lost to Arkansas, and like I said, just overall they've been playing pretty bad, even though they've won, so to speak. So I don't see I see A&M taking another loss to Bama, possibly lost to Ole Miss. I just don't really see A&M as being with that preseason hype, man. I told people this also coming in. Like, I don't see A&M is paying Jimbo like championship caliber money, but I don't see him bringing a damn championship to damn College Station at all. It's going to be hard for me to even see him to get out of the West, man, on any given year, let alone a damn championship.
He just got to hit on the right quarterback. That's it. If Jimbo hit on the right quarterback, he's just a good enough play caller and schemer to do his thing, bro. And he got the talent. He always got a defensive line and got the dogs on defense. Right now he's struggling at the quarterback position, so
Jimbo been struggling at the quarterback position for a long time, man.
Right. Last year he was decent at it, and he had a real good season. I don't think he had an elite quarterback. He just had a
but you got to remember that wasn't his guy either last year.
Right.
So the guys that Jimbo's brought in, going back to Florida State and A&M, it's been a while since he's hit on one.
Yeah, Jimbo the whisperer. You know, sorry about that a second ago, fellas. The Wi-Fi went out on me. I mean,
I thought you were speechless.
Oh, yeah, I was like, what the hell? I thought we talked too long, and they shut us down. Like, all right, that's enough.
Boys got a whole goddamn sitcom.
Yeah, this is a mini series at this point.
Right.
What else? We got anything else for the 25 stuff?
No, we out of the top 25. I won't get into more ranking stuff, but we talk national news. You see my man Kayvon Pope quit?
Oh man, what a glorious way to quit during the game. That
boy went out guns blazing.
That boy said, "Fuck Ohio State" with 2 C's. So I'm like, "Oh, you was a Crip anyway. So what you was doing?
Right.
What you was doing playing for a red team anyway?"
That's crazy.
Yeah, I really want to know what happened
Really
during the game
set down
for
with that,
snap
for sure.
like that, because I've never seen anything happen like that. Period.
I remember.
Leon Orr did that.
Remember Vontae Davis wouldn't come back.
He retired like in the middle of the game. It's hilarious to hear those guys tell that damn story or whatever.
I can still go pull up my tweets from the day Leon Orr quit in right before the game, like kickoff. He quit. And he was like, he went and got a fucking rental car. He went and got a rental car and drove home from South Carolina or some shit.
Yeah, he said, "Fuck."
He was tweeting the whole ride.
The team.
No, he drove home.
Oh, he was on the timeline too the whole year. He was getting
tweeting the whole way home.
He was getting shit off.
Being safe. He out there riding, driving, and tweeting.
Nothing but the road of his thoughts.
That's nuts.
That's when I started the whole Leon Orr's rental car list. Players about to quit and transfer.
That'd be a fight NIL deal right now.
Right?
Yeah. They say he got into it. Was getting into it, I think, on the sideline, and then they took him into the locker room, and then when he was in there, that's when he tweeted it. So I mean, the young boys, he had a moment, man. See, and that's the thing. Like we talked about before. We lucky we didn't have that kind of stuff growing up. It's funny. I made a similar mistake like that at a job one time, and it was all out of frustration. And I created a little label batch, and I called it "Fuck Paul" because Paul had done pissed me off, and it was just a moment. Now I wasn't 18, but I was still young. I was probably 23 at the time. It was just a moment. So I actually feel a little bit bad for him for that. He did apologize, so we want to give him credit for that. That he is in the transfer portal as well, though. So I don't know how you read that situation all in all, because it has to be bigger than that if they can't forgive a mistake. Yeah. You would think they would just go, "Hey."
Yeah, during the game though, man, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, but I mean,
and just the attention he brought to the situation. That's probably the main thing. Just the attention.
What exactly did he say?
Fuck Ohio State.
He said, "Fuck Ohio." Yeah. They got to get him out of there.
Yeah, that's what the tweet was. Fuck Ohio State.
Because tweets are forever. You might delete that bitch, but
too late.
Trust me, I know they screenshot your shit.
No, I mean, I feel you, bro. Because I say fuck Ohio State too. So we need linebackers. Come on down.
For real.
Why would he go down there and kill his career?
I mean,
that's y'all back though. I mean, at least y'all get a guy that can actually come in and play.
Already developed. Yeah.
Y'all learn some shit somewhere else.
Yeah, plug and play.
Yeah, come down here and regress, my boy.
No, ain't no regression. The transfers do good. That's the opposite.
Bubble is regress.
Bubba's one. And then we had two guys.
I don't want to get into a bag, bro.
Yeah, we got more wins than losses. Everybody gonna take losses on transfers.
No, all right. I don't want to
cut it out.
Don't even
try.
The lies that was told by Tate Martell.
I had more time.
Tate?
The Tate Martell lie.
Bro, they stayed at 3 a.m. bragging about Tate Martell. Like somebody almost shot me over Tate Martell. CJ,
boy, they thought that boy was coming in and
somebody threatened my life over Tate Martell.
Over Tate Martell?
I promise you, over Tate Martell jokes for sure.
Oh man, they are. I hope they okay. They clearly mentally unstable. I hope they
That's
okay.
what I gathered.
Yeah, I ain't Tate Martell, girl. Listen, even I don't care. You didn't see him play yet, so what you want to shoot somebody for? Anyways,
fans.
Yeah, they do too much of that.
Car fanatics, bro. I get it.
Get a life.
I try to fight a dude, you know.
But see, that's always tricky too, because like it's when the language switches up, right?
Yeah.
It starts in a place.
Yeah. The conversation started changing.
At some point, like egos come in play and like manhood get tested, and it's like, all right, let's figure some shit out.
Like, it wasn't really about football no more now.
Yeah.
It's always tricky like that.
I do want to talk. Let's get out of college football. Cause there's a couple of things we already running long as hell. I do want to talk about a couple of things like NFL wise, not just NFL news, but my man Des Bryant had a comment and a little clip about Kaepernick on shot I Am Athlete and them boys Fred and Brandon Marshall and Crowder and all them guys over the Ocho dope show. What y'all felt about his remarks on I Am Athlete about Kaepernick? Could you pull up that link possibly, Harlan?
I mean, before you pull it up, if
real
you can.
Quick. What's the link?
It's I'm sorry, I should have prepped you beforehand. But it's I Am Athlete, the clip with Des Bryant on Colin Kaepernick. It went pretty viral and been like talk pieces on Twitter.
I'm about to throw it up
on the socials.
I mean, while you looking, I'll give my my take on it.
I got next, man, because I fuck Dez Bryant, man.
I think Dez just showed his ignorance on. He didn't understand, and that's sad because he said he saved it for this moment to have his platform to speak down on Cap, and I'm like, but you're wrong, right? Like you're
you had all that time to research too.
Yeah, you
patiently wrong.
Yeah, you took the time to be loud and wrong. That's a damn shame.
And you'll think within that time you had your fucking research. What the fuck you talking about?
Google. Simple Google. I did it because I would deal with people at my job saying, because they would come to me a lot because they know I'm a 49ers fan. Oh, man, why you think Cap ain't in the league? Blah, blah, blah. He ain't that good, right? I'm like, nah, it's not that at all. So we get into some of the stuff. So, well, he doing all that. Well, what has he done? And I go, hey, let's see. I Google. Yeah, he's done this, all these initiatives that he's taking the time and putting his own time and money into helping not just talk it, walk it.
But not even that though, man. I'm sorry, no, but what about that Dez Bryant bullshit is like, bro, you the same motherfucker who was on damn Twitter talking about doing when it was asking people about kneeling and shit. Your response was, I got a family to feed. I'm not doing that shit. You feel me? So that's the whole shit that got me pissed off about this. It was like, bro, you literally just said you ain't down for whatever he got going on or kneeling because you got a mouth to damn feed, and now you're coming back and saying, oh, I understand the initiative and I was cool with the kneeling or whatever, but what's the action after that? Like, nah, bro, there's some deeper issues you got going on. You just got beef with damn Cap, period. It seems like to me.
Right.
I think he just
found a problem. He definitely. I don't want to say that. I like your take.
Yeah, I do.
I'm not gonna say it.
One of us get. I'm not gonna meet this.
It's just a wild stance. Like if there's anything or anybody that needs to be criticized, it ain't fucking Colin Kaepernick
at all.
Like it's just some hater shit. Like, bro, you got to go out of your way to bitch about anything Colin Kaepernick has done.
For real. And then even if you do find something, you feel me, something of the little, it's like that shit don't fucking overshadow all of the fucking positive.
It ain't worth it.
Right. Shit's
like
crazy.
For somebody that's just selfish enough to can't think past themselves and their family and kneeling Like you got to at least step back and oh, okay, Harlan got it. Play the clip for me. Give us some energy real quick.
But there's one thing that I don't respect. And I said it when I get the opportunity and to get on the stage to say it, I would say it. And I love them to death. So it ain't no hate or nothing like that. But brother, you had the biggest opportunity in the world to create jobs, build jobs, give jobs to people. The people that you was talking about, the people that you so-called standing up for, the people who stood beside you, the people who lost their jobs because of you. Where you at? I ain't heard from you. I reached out to you. Where you at? Real. Always gonna stay that way. He brought the awareness. And that's why I respect him.
What's the call to action?
It wasn't one. It wasn't no call to action. It's just like I see all these athletes. I hear them on Twitter. They be writing these cool ass captions. I be like, hey, the NFL told you to put out a Black Lives Matter tweet. You did it. But I ain't see you do it. That's a difference. You get what I'm saying? So when I communicate with you, you know, whenever it's not the trending thing,
he has no idea he's dumb.
About it. You don't say nothing to me as a problem.
This kid goes so many ways. You can go to where you at right now.
That's a wild ass thing. He has no idea how dumb that take is, too. He think that shit's smart. That's just a terrible take, though.
It's nothing worse than a dumb smart person, bro. Nothing worse than a dumb person that Right. You muted Larry, huh?
My bad. I was talking cash shit too. I had like two good little zingers in there real quick. Damn. A dumb dummy is worse than a smart dummy. I can tell you that one.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that was the right clip. He was talking way too much, man. And he just ain't talking about nothing. And what are you saying? Who he calls a job? Him? What person around the league got fired because of Kaepernick?
Right.
The
only one person. Yeah, go ahead. Only one person that's still with Cap and was so-called blackballed a little bit and lost his job was your safety. I forget.
Eric Reed. Yeah,
he got back. Yeah, he got back with the Panthers.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, he played a couple more years. He did say he faced some ridiculous harassment, like with drug testing and all that. But yeah, like like I said,
you don't want to help, dog. Just stay out the way.
It's cool.
Just stay out the way. Like you in the way right now. Like nobody begging for your help, but now you in the way.
I think he felt like him and Cap in the same boat.
He want to find something to like, bro. What are you doing? Like, you got to find your role in this journey and in this whole role. What are we trying to do to fix our culture? You got to find your role. Criticizing brother Cap ain't it?
No.
Yeah, you not in the league either, right? It ain't had nothing
to
do with
Kaepernick,
Kaepernick,
bro.
Yeah, exactly. You might well took that knee.
You damn shame. You may be feeding me other ways, but you damn shame feeding your family from NFL checks right now. So shit, what's the difference?
Yeah, it's that's poor taste, man, poor form, and you really just look misinformed and ignorant and all.
Most importantly,
yeah, like
it looks out of touch.
Right. Yeah, I'm starting to see why you didn't make no squads, man. You know what I mean? People. They said you couldn't run but one route. You couldn't run the full tree. People fail to realize how much that is between the ears, too. So, and if I ever meet you, Dez, I was just kidding.
When the talent drop off, man, when the talent drop, yeah.
Well, hey, you got to safe.
I got a job to do, bro.
I'll be at the Super Bowl, but I got a job to do.
I got a job to do, baby.
But yeah, when the talent start to drop off and you got, extra shenanigans or mouth is set up behind it, like we see with Cam Newton, where like these teams they about to touch it, bro.
Yeah, it's just not worth. Yeah, it don't match the risk versus reward. So
I couldn't imagine like now, like in hindsight, I'm just keep it real with y'all boys real minute because like we judged like that that draft interview and shit he had, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now I couldn't imagine this guy in a fucking interview.
Right.
Like articulating himself. If with this type of logic in his mind, I don't even know what he said that entire time. I still don't even know why he mad at.
Said a whole lot of.
What did he say that he's mad at?
With a bunch of words.
Y'all, they made you put a tweet out, but what did you do? What did you do?
Oh,
I mean, first off, how you know the NFL made them do it? A1, right? Maybe that's how they just sincerely felt. You was the one who said you wasn't going to do nothing. So because somebody else did something, they had a hand up their back. They was a puppet.
Get out the way, bro.
Yeah, you're talking about a whole bunch of shit. You don't know what the hell you talking about, man. Just sit down. You seem to be doing well. You're in good shape, man. Just go relax. I'm glad I Am Athlete had you on there. It's funny though, because Brandon Marshall face on that little quick freeze we had. Look, even Brandon was looking at him like, nigga, what?
All right.
He's bugging.
Definitely one of them moments. Yeah.
You get kicked out the barbecue and shit like that. Like we do barbershop talk on here and shit can go left. You just can't be talking crazy about Brother Cap, especially if you got a dumbass stance like that.
We better come correct if you coming at him, man.
For real. Man, sacrifice his career, dog. Like, fuck out of here. Y'all concerned about Andy Reid? My man got transported to the hospital. They say he's all right, but they say he was dehydrated, which is not surprising.
Nah, I'm concerned. Listen, I'm a big boy, right? I'm concerned about myself, so I'm damn sure concerned about Andy Reid. All I ate today was fruit. I ain't bullshitting. All I had all day was bowls of fruit. Andy Reid is looking a lot worse than me. He older than me. Nah, it wasn't no damn dehydration. You fat, brother.
What do you think was going on?
It's fat. You're too fat. As a fat man, I can tell you it's too fat. And you got to do better, man. Take care of yourself. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. Yeah, he's supposed to be back this week, though.
What do you think is too old? Because I do believe in like working at old age if you sharp. And I think Andy is obviously sharp. I think Nick Saban is sharp. What age y'all think is too old to be coaching though? Like when do you need to shut it down?
When you start losing that shit, when you start losing it from a mental standpoint, like for instance, we all know the story about damn Bobby. The damn Pastor twins wanted to go to damn Florida State, but he didn't know who the twins were. You feel me? Once it get to that damn point where you're just like a mascot, so to speak, and you're not really putting in the work, then yeah, it's an issue.
Yeah, they just standing you out there and putting your hat on.
So long as they mentally sharp, or what about physically? I think Andy
you gotta have, of course, physically you gotta be here because this is
I think Andy Reid's mentally sharp. I think he's about his wits. He's like doing his thing.
What the hell he gotta do? Stand there on the sideline, walk a little bit.
Which it seems to be hard. They took him to the hospital, Larry. As a big guy, you should know it's hot out there, bro.
I know, but I ain't that fucked up. I can walk down the damn sideline.
I'm not comparing you to Andy, but Andy's a big older guy. So mentally he's sharp, but physically, when should he shut it down? Because you got to be, I think, like Nick Saban looks good physically and mentally, which is scary.
He just can't move.
He might coach to 103.
Right.
But this is the thing. So to me, it's not about. He just needs to take better care of his health in general. Like,
oh, for sure.
That's all. Like at the end of the day, you shouldn't have to quit coaching because you're too fat. You should just be less fat. I mean, I'm fat. I'm not saying like I'm picking on. I'm speaking from a group I belong into. I thought you could do that. I thought we could do that as a family. And stop me if I'm wrong now. I know it ain't easy, fat people. I know it ain't. It's tough. But, it is things you could do. And if you run into a situation like that, yeah, you got to use it as an eye opener and take that opportunity to do better for yourself in general. That's all. See, Smoke said preach. Smoke's a heftier fella. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I'm being real with myself too. I'm not just making jokes because I know the struggle for real. So, and I try. You got to try to do a little bit better. I don't got Andy Reid resources either. If I had Andy Reid, I'd just go get all that shit sucked out, bro. Go get the Kanye.
Right.
I'll be like, I don't give a shit. Who judged me? You didn't put the work in.
This shit up. I go to Dr. Miami on y'all.
Goddamn right, motherfucker. I put the work in. I put the work in on.
Give me the Drake package
in between my ears. Exactly.
Right. And then if they slander Andy for doing that shit and let the Kardashians and all these other people get a pass.
Bro.
Hell no, we got
bro. Kanye West got a tummy tuck, nigga. Fuck it. What do you mean?
You know who
Andy
kills
Reid go
me?
get one.
Not to go on a tangent because we be talking all damn night. Brian Windhorst.
Right.
He on TV all the time, bro. I'm like, you got enough money to go ahead and telling people to just zip you up, bro. You look like a puddle of a man in a suit, man. That brother, you got, come on, man. Tighten up, man. You make too much money for that shit.
I feel you on that. That's a fact.
Anyway, sorry, Brian. You didn't deserve that straight.
This is a wild podcast. We're like encouraging men to go get plastic surgery. This took a wild turn.
Self-care, fellas. Self-care.
Yeah. It ain't even.
Don't let these motherfuckers bully you, man. Women can get away with it. Y'all get away with it too.
Goddamn right.
We'll get a butt job, Andy Reid.
Right.
They got some good hair shit. I might come back with a full hairline one of these days.
Oh no, man! Shout out my man Post posted his he was on the Instagram story. He had a crisp hairline. Boy, she was looking fire.
Yeah.
I gave him some love on the Instagram story. I replied to I said, bro, as soon as I get rich, bro, I'm going to get that LeBron and Tory Lanez operation.
Yeah, you got to.
Fresh hairline.
Why not? I got it now.
Nobody go
and I'm probably going to get me some teeth too. And my teeth are pretty nice.
I'm definitely getting some veneers.
But
let's
go ahead and do the whole
LeBron got to sweat his hairline out, and I don't even hoop, so I know my shit going to be luscious.
You be all right, right?
Yeah, I'm good. My shit going to be.
Oh, shit. All right, let's get this shit together. We get on out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
What we got left?
That's it, man. We can get out of here now.
We got to do prize picks.
Prize picks. Okay, let's do prize picks.
Yeah, let's get into
these. We do prize picks. We got to do something for Spence.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got life coach too, yeah. Yeah, so we can just go right into both of them, I guess. We get into prize picks. That's a good time to talk about the prize picks app. Prize picks, baby. Prize picks is the easy way to play daily fantasy. It's the daily fantasy simplified. It's just you versus projected numbers. You could choose from yards, touchdowns, fantasy points, and much more. You can also pick from football to MMA to boxing to soccer. Download Prize Picks right now, and they will match your deposit 100% up to $100. Again, if you download the app right now, they will match your deposit 100% up to $100. Use promo code RollUp. Prize Picks, baby.
We're gonna flip it this week, right? Harlan gave us some prize pick stats from the UVA Miami game.
Oh,
that was just for you, for personal.
Yeah, that's you shit. But real quick, we need to catch up on where we at, like stat wise.
Yeah, what's
the game picks?
Yeah, we need to review the tape.
I will do both. So I'll just do these. I'll do the ones just for Miami, so I won't hold y'all up. He gave me, let's see, Armstrong, UVA QB, 369.5 passing, 2.5 touchdowns. I'm going to go under. Cam Harris, 72.5 yards. I'm going to go under. Rambo, 70.5, 5.5. I'm going to go over. Jelani Woods, that was the tight end we were talking about. 54.5, 3.5 receptions. I'm gonna go over. I think he'll take advantage of our linebackers. That was the one guy that I just felt like was gonna be an absolute nightmare out there. So we get him in there. Yeah, I think he'll be the weapon that's really gonna cause us a lot of trouble. So, anyways, those are the ones for anybody want to get on the particular Miami games. We got the games lined up.
I don't know what the hell you was talking about there, right there. But I ain't trying none of that Miami shit you got going.
Okay, all right. Well, you could participate in the show, or you could just decide that because it's about my team, you just gonna tune out. That's cool. That's cool.
No. I was actually working on something. I'm sorry.
That's all good, my brother.
I'm interested in the picks, man. I'm a terrible game. Harlan, pull us onto some game before we do the picks real quick. Put us onto some game with this whole thing. You've been making some money. So get the people some game. What you doing right?
So you want me to give you some college football games?
No, some game on like how you winning money with Prize Picks, fam.
Shoot, FSU fans gonna hate me. I've been making all my money off FSU. I've been betting unders.
No, but see, that's the thing. You right. That's the game. You know your team. Like I just said that I don't think Cam gets 72. I think we'll split it up a little bit. I think we'll be able to run it halfway decent, hopefully. Yeah, so that's the best way to go. Go with your team. You know your team.
Yeah, I think I'm plus $375 right now, $375, and probably $350 of it has been betting under on Florida State receivers and quarterbacks, and over on Ja'Shawn Corbin. That's where I made all my money, all of it.
Go game for free, ladies and gentlemen. Go under on all Florida State stats, and then play some of your own team, and you ought to come out all right.
Oh man,
we appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Do we have the recap of the games? Or what we at with? Let's recap these games and get our picks.
Yeah, do we have the records?
I don't think did Harlan get the update.
Yeah, so I was not here last week, so I did not get.
We'll tighten it up next week then.
Yeah, I got the ones from the previous week. If y'all know what y'all's picks were last week.
I think I was 7-2 last week.
CJ itching. I know you had a good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll catch up.
Getting our ass whooped.
All right, let's do the new picks. Then we'll
do the new ones.
Let's catch it up on. We'll catch it up on No Cap, and then we'll update.
Okay.
Also update the people doing the big show.
Okay, sounds good.
Iowa versus Maryland, fellas.
Iowa versus Maryland.
Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa.
Yeah, I kind of want to. Might Loxley be on some goofy shit sometimes. You just never know, dog. Like sometimes he get in his bag and they just have these spurts of good offenses out the clear blue sky, and everybody be like, "Yo, Mike Loxley got next." He's like Dino Babers a little bit.
I could see that.
But I just think Iowa's just a stout team this year. They're solid program guys. Too much senior leadership going on there, so I'm gonna go Iowa.
All right, what else we got?
Arkansas, Georgia.
Oh, UGA.
That's a big game. Yeah, I got Georgia too.
The spread on that is huge, so it's hard for me to just go Georgia. I just hate Georgia, so Arkansas.
Yeah.
Give me the upset.
Let's go.
Notre Dame, Cincinnati.
That's a good one.
You gave your pick, CJ?
Yeah, Georgia.
Okay,
Georgia.
My bad. All right. What's the next one? I'm sorry, I stepped on you. My fault.
Notre Dame, Cincinnati.
Real good one.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards Notre Dame with this one. I feel like they starting to define themselves. You know, Chip Kelly's a damn good coach, and I think Notre Dame is starting to hit their stride as a team. Even Notre Dame.
What they playing this at?
It's in South Bend.
Of course it is. I knew that shit. I knew that shit.
It's hard. It's hard not to go Notre Dame in that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Luke Fickle his biggest signature win. I'm gonna go Cincy.
Yeah, I was trying to talk you out of it. Give me Cincy.
All right, we got Ole Miss. We got Lane Kiffin versus Nick Saban. Give me Saban. I think I'm going all favorites this week. Give me Saban.
And this is
upset vibes.
What is that? Oxford
at Bama.
Okay, Bama.
Give me. I'm gonna go Lane, bro. I'm gonna go Lane. I think Lane finna get in his duffel.
Lane win. I'm starting to go fun.
He's gonna get in his duffel. I think Bama. This is one year. Bama defense is not as good as it usually is. I think we schemed them up a little bit with our schemer, and I think Lane is one of them schemers. So give me Lane for the upset, dog. I'm just feeling a little froggish. If they Bama lose, all this shit is up for grabs. Like this is one of the most unpredictable years it is if Bama will take a L this Saturday.
Yeah, that should be crazy.
I need chaos.
It'll be fun. It's that's the one thing that's been missing from college football is that unpredictability. So
right,
it'll make it fun.
Right.
Like when we jumped all the way up to number 2, that was some wild shit. I knew we weren't that good.
That's wild shit, and that y'all jumped out of the top 25 too. That's wild shit too.
It ain't that wild. You seen the games.
That's how they said that neighborhood shit. It is wild.
Hey, I had to run with the truth at the time. What you got next?
All right, so we got Boston College at Clemson.
On my shit.
Hey, we take a like BC at Clemson.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Clemson. Playing at home. I think them boys bounced back a little bit. I feel
Clemson just cost you some money last week.
They definitely did. Yeah, but they did against NC State.
You got to talk about Clemson a little bit. That was a good game. That was a very good game.
And it was in the middle of our game, so I was kind of back and forth. But just seeing the highlights, I was surprised at NC State. They definitely did some stuff offensively that I didn't think they could do. With Venables in the defense. I just don't believe in Boston College yet, man. I don't believe in Clemson at all either, but I feel like they bounce back at home. They don't lose 2 in a row. That's not gonna happen. 2 ACC games in a row.
I like your logic. But I also like BC coach and QB. I think they're reeling a little bit, man.
Yeah, bro.
I think the wide receivers, despite
they should have lost to Georgia Tech.
Right,
on the highest of keys. They ain't no low key. Georgia Tech kind of gave that bitch away.
They reeling a little bit, man. I'm gonna go BC. I think they're a little out of sorts right now. They're trying to figure it out.
Me and you going a lot of underdog. We could possibly get flip the whole shit.
Yeah, the whole thing. One way or the other.
That's my only concern right now. I'm gonna go Clemson right now just because like this shit can flip the room. Like the way this shit's going, it could be a wild weekend. Either he gonna get in a deep ass hole because he just had a 72 week.
Yeah.
So he had a good week. I know he was like down there dead last.
I'll give it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Clemson, man. But I do think they suspect right now. I think Clemson got like 2 more L's on their shit. I think they're dead last in scoring in the ACC, right? They're terrible football
amazing
team.
Considering us.
It's amazing considering the talent they have on that roster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's egregious considering the talent.
Right.
They don't got no slot guys.
Slot guys. You got the best players on the planet. Like if you talk
about stars,
right.
Yeah, I heard somebody say
about
that.
our offseason, the recruiting. They got the best recruits in the planet, and they dead last in the ACC in yards. Yeah, and that shit look like poo. I don't know. Like, what his name? Yuma Hula? What is his name?
Don't worry about it.
How to say DJ, bro.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
I'm not even trying to learn how to say his last name at this point because he stinks.
But I think it was Hale that said it. Like they just didn't address the issue, and Bama did. Like Bama saw a little bit of hole at wide receiver, and he's like, "Yeah, let's go get somebody." Which I mean, again, Bama get all the top recruits, right?
Right.
Where's Dabo's transfer? I don't know if they don't use that market that much, but if Nick Saban using that market, bro,
he don't use it at all.
Right, but if Nick using it, might want to take a page out of his book. I didn't think he would use it. I thought that was gonna be our little bag, boy. I said,
Dabo got
all this shit.
Dabo got that all in mentality, and he feel like if a player is gonna be all in, like on a recruiting front and commit and shut down the visits, as a damn staff, we gotta be all.
Yeah, and I respect that.
I like his old school thinking because I like that antique mentality. I hope he keep vibing how he keep vibing, and his program keep declining how it keep declining. Like I'm with it.
I ain't crying for him.
No, I like it. I like it. He's snatching too many Florida recruits. So the more they look like a shit show, the better for me.
All right, that's it for the games.
How many games we pick?
That's it for the game.
Yeah, I think that's 5.
Cool.
That's 5.
All right. Let's get we got a life coach, correct?
We got a question? I don't think we have a question. Do the ad read real quick.
All right, we'll get into the ad read now. And then if there's a question, even better. All right. Life Coach is brought to you from the good folks at Spencer'sJerkandJerky.com. Only made to order beef jerky that starts with a trip to the butcher's source tender steak specifically for your batch. Marinated 24 hours in freshly crafted marinades using only locally sourced produce and all natural ingredients with no added sugars. 5 staple flavors include original, Old Bay, habanero bourbon, Mandarin jalapeno, and the hood favorite, lemon pepper.
Oh,
my boy. All right. Use exclusive promo code BIGMEAT for 10% off your order from Spencer'sJerkandJerky.com. Worldwide shipping from Honolulu to somewhere in Wisconsin because I didn't prepare myself mentally for that. But you can get it anyway.
All right, man. We're gonna mix it up, man. For life coach, we don't have no life coach questions, so we're gonna mix up a little bit. We had a group chat, and then the roll-up group chat. Somebody threw in Tiger Woods screenshots of an old conversation they dropped from back from 2009 or something. Tiger, a lusty man.
Man, Tiger fucking animal at 3:30 in the afternoon. That boy, that was
bro. That's a hell of a bag to be in at 3:30. Super lusty at just a little before dinner. Had your nice lunch.
Right, my dog that got off the golf course and wanna do some
trying to unwind
some unspeakable things.
Yeah, trying to bring some friends and everything through.
Right. Nah, my advice for that, man, make the fucking phone call, bro. Don't put those. Even if you make the phone call, you can.
He don't not do that.
So you
leave voicemail.
Real quick. You didn't get in your sexting bag when you was in.
Yeah, I did, but I ain't Tiger though. I ain't really got to go through all that.
That's true. That changes things.
You feel me? I ain't got.
And he was cheating.
Yeah, he was cheating, like, bro. I ain't. You know, when you get in your sexting bag, sometimes you got to go a little extra to try to secure that shit. When you Tiger, you ain't got to secure shit. You just got to say, "Hey, I'm trying to fucking pull up. We just set the time and make it happen." You feel me? When you got that type of money, you ain't got to do all that extra shit, man. You just got to set it up. So that's my point. He's the richest one of the richest athletes on the damn planet, and he's talking about blowing in butts at 3:30 at 3:30 p.m. through a text message.
Wild.
What doing it?
We got the booty hole whisper. So yeah, that's my whole thing, man. If you Tiger, just have that shit set up, and you ain't got to go through all that potential to be exposed.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. My advice is to rub one out before you start sexting. If you get the urge to start sexting, just clear your head, go in the bathroom, do what you got to do, and everything.
Clarity, man.
Bro, you get a lot of clarity.
And the thing
is probably super horny. That's the only thing Tiger. The mistake he made, he was just super horny,
and that shit cost him
2009.
And you would think fucking Tiger killed the motherfucker. How they crucified him for that shit.
For being horny.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, y'all ain't know Tiger was cheating? Like, when it was a story, I was like, well, yeah.
Nah, it was a story because he was cheating with some bullshit, Larry.
Hey, that's what's bad, man.
That's another thing too, man.
Perkins waitresses and shit. I'm like, Tiger, that's your worth, King.
I'll be honest with you. I kind of felt Tiger on that. I was like, yeah, get a little filthy, man. All these models and shit. Let me get the cute fucking
scallywags.
Yeah, let me get a cute, like,
Perkins waitress.
Yeah, the gas.
Get out of here, bro.
Yeah, she cute.
She waitressing a buffet, fam.
I don't care. She's sexy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I think she's sexy, damn it,
no way.
I'm in there. I liked it. I liked them going out of there. But the thing I hated the most was how quickly he responded. Tiger, you too rich to be responding to text this quick to little side pieces, man.
He responded before she responded to shit. That's how I knew he was like,
extra. Double texting and all, like, damn, bro.
Yeah, Earl let him down, bro.
He was just boom, 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 boom. That's a horny that can't be contained, man. I don't think beating off will do anything for that cat, man. That's a horny level that is.
He might be on to something.
Yeah, that might be
unspeakable.
Insurmountable. Yeah, you can't when you got that kind of just demon seed inside of you. That's just raging to get out. Like, ain't no beating off. But beating off, we gonna be like, all right, let's go again. You know?
For sure.
That's wild.
My boy like a caged animal, ready just to
get out here, slaughter cheeks.
Right.
Anyway, all right.
His wife had to leave. In hindsight, like I'm not judging. Like his wife had to leave him. Like like that type of shit leaked out.
Like it's just a wild ass shit. Horny. Yeah, it's between cheating and the transcripts of the cheating getting out. His transcripts was fucking.
Hey, real quick, I added up y'all's numbers. All three of y'all at 12 and 11. So,
oh shit, this could be a crazy swing this week.
Yes. Swing week right here.
All right, I like it.
That was a big week for CJ. CJ had a big week because we had a
he was in the garbage pile.
Yeah, that shit was looking real funny, boy.
Here we go. It's gonna separate us a little bit right here this week.
All right, let's get out of here, man. What y'all boys learned today? What you learned today, Larry? Huh?
I learned
that Virginia. My dad finna run it, man. But that damn Virginia quarterback stats, man. He tossing that bitch around. The receiver's not that far off. The bitch is like really on some Texas Tech shit so far.
I learned that Chainsaw Al isn't a serial killer.
That's some crazy shit.
Because I don't know how you get nicknamed Chainsaw Al unless you sell chainsaws.
That's a wild ass nickname.
He sounds like a horn dog himself.
Google it. Just Google Chainsaw Al. Albert J. No, you don't have to Google his first name. Just Google the nickname Chainsaw Al, and that should pop up instantly. Albert Dunlap.
That's what's up.
Shout out to him.
He's a fucking shark, man.
Bushido, no cousin. I I learned that I'm a better politician than Manny Diaz. That's what I learned. Manny stinks at it. He not even like this is the thing. You can't telegraph your politics.
And that's the problem.
Politics and coach speak all in one. That's when it gets nasty. I'll take Dan Mullen coach speak. He give me some coach speak, but he can give me a whole lot of like.
He give you a whole lot of bibbly bobbly boo.
Yeah, bullshit.
You catch Dan off guard. That bitch face will tell everything, dude.
Oh yeah.
His poker face is terrible.
He don't have no poker face. I don't know what type of face Dan. I fucks with Dan. He called good plays. We're gonna have a steady program, and the ceiling's high. But the way he handle media and press is just not my shit. Like I don't listen to no pressers. I don't want to hear shit he has to say about a presser. Like I don't believe shit he's saying.
I know he's not lying because I remember when I was producing, I tried to get him to do goofiest coach, and he didn't want to do that as the superlatives for the end of the year. Like who had the goofiest coach in the year?
I'll take that out.
He's like, nah, they won't even talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna lose. Yeah, it's just he just don't handle the offseason very well. I think like the where we're finishing that with like New Year's 6 bowls and where we're sending players in the draft, we got a product to sell, and our recruiting should be a whole lot better. So I have my gripes with him, but overall, he win the games. You feel me?
That's all you can really ask,
like, bro, after all these years of depressing, crazy offenses, like offense was dead since he left. He came back and I got offense again. And the offense is fun on Saturdays, dog.
No doubt.
Y'all can bitch about defense all day, but all I know, the offense is fun on Saturdays.
That's what it is.
We out of here, bro. We ain't gonna do no son. TJ didn't even post. TJ scared this shit gonna get snatched down. TJ a businessman.
Nah, I ain't mad at him. That's cool. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Hey, we out of here. Hey, no cap on Sundays. Make sure y'all pull up. We hanging out. If you're not checking in, I don't know what you got going on. We're gonna bring my man back on to kick it too. Win, lose, or draw. This is gonna be a good conversation post game. I see how he kick it. So if y'all haven't subscribed to the Patreon, check out No Cap on Sundays. Do that. I also got another Patreon show that I'm dropping. If y'all boys want to pull up, do some Q&As, y'all more than welcome. But I'm gonna do some Q&A stuff on Saturday morning. Wake up, give me some mimosa in. And y'all come holler at me a little bit. Check out 26 Degrees. It's late as hell. I'm tired. It's the roll up.
Yo.